Stand up, New York sports fans! We are back for another Monday Night Talking Sports Colin Show. What's going on, Colby? What's going on, diehard Giants fan? MH, Chris Senor in the house. Bavith, stand up. The sexy goat with his usual hello. Thank you so much for that. I hope everybody had a great President's Day today. I'm always off Monday, so it wasn't really a holiday for me. Took the day, you know, obviously, and I don't get off Tuesday, so I don't even get the holiday. But Christopher, what's going on, my man? What's going on? What's going on, crazy mofo? MH, look at the top. Look at the top of my head. MH loves to look at the top of my head. Jonathan, what's going on, my man? Oh, thank you very much. Kendra's in the house. Dire Giants fan. Yeah, what's going on? Can we get an Uber story? No Uber story. I didn't take an Uber today. No Ubers today. I only take an Uber when I go to work. So you will get an Uber story on probably Thursday morning, if I do my Thursday morning call and show, and I'm definitely going to do one Saturday. So you're definitely in an Uber story then when I do it on Saturday. Yo, Giants fans, stand up. Nothing much, man. Just relaxing. Not too much going on in the sports world today. Of course, we're still awaiting where Bryce Harper's going to go, where he's not. Yesterday, I'm a St. John's fan. They won a big game against Villanova, but overall not too much new in the sports world, but still going to have stuff to talk about. We always do. Figure I'll take some callers. Where's the soda pop? I got a beer today. I got Amstel Light. Emilio's in the house. Thank you so much for tuning in. A bad dog story. I don't have a bad dog story. We saved that for the Talking Nonsense. Those Thursday morning shows are great. Yeah, it's slower. It's slower, so it gives you a chance to really talk to the callers more. You don't got to worry about the nonsense. What's going on, Techie 500? Christopher Columbus, do me a favor and stand up. Crazy mofo. Who do you think is the best AAF team? So far, I mean, San Antonio's 2-0. I don't get to watch them on a week-in, week-out basis, but from what I've seen, San Antonio looked pretty good the game I called yesterday. And Orlando was pretty good, even though they lost the game. They both looked pretty good. Please flex? No, I'm not going to flex. Bobby Woodruff, what's going on, my man? Thank you for tuning in the stream. Rogue Dog is in the house. Yes, we'll call it a soda poppy then. But anyway, we are going to open up the lines in a minute. I just got to change my settings. And we'll be able to open up the lines here. All right. Wow, right out of the gate. Cole's right out of the gate. Didn't even get a chance to post the number yet. Hold on one second. Let me post the number. All right, what's going on? You're on live. Thank you for calling in.
Chris, guess who this is?
Let me get one. Let me guess one guess here. I'm gonna guess.
Yeah.
Bobby from Vermont.
Yes.
What's going on, Bobby? A voice I can never
saw
forget.
you guys. I saw the video. You and Spencer. You did good today, you guys.
Yeah, it's always fun when I get together with Spencer because he's very opinionated. We argue a lot. You know, one believes one thing, the other believes the other. So it's always fun to do a show with Spencer. He's a great guy. And
yesterday with Philly 500, he's funny too.
Oh, Philly 500 is he is a one-man show. That guy, he is hysterical.
He does remind me of Doug from the show Kings of Queens.
Oh, a little bit. Yeah, I could see that a little bit.
Yeah.
So what's
and
up?
You liked the girl. You like Leah Remini, right?
Oh, she's adorable. Yeah, she's adorable.
Yeah, you know what show she started on first?
I know, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But I when you tell me, I'm gonna remember. Go ahead.
First, she started on Who's the Boss.
I didn't know that.
Then she played on Saved by the Bell.
Oh yes, I knew that one. But what's up, man? What do you want to talk about?
So you're afraid that the Phillies getting that guy Harper?
The Phillies getting Harper. I mean, yeah, as a Mets fan, I'm terrified. I mean, they've already added Real Muto, and it looks like they're about to get him. Now the figures have come out. They're saying 10 years, $310 million. So that's what makes me believe this is going to happen. It's not just hearsay. Now it's specifics. Now they're telling you what the proposal was, what the contract is. But what I read this morning was the Padres have now come in with a last-second offer that they've given to both Harper and Machado. I mean, it's probably one or the other. I doubt they're going to sign both. But if they offer more, Maybe it changes Harper's mind. We'll see. But it seems like right now those are the two teams.
And I heard there's another quarterback the Giants that they could get in too. I heard.
What do you mean?
Did you hear that?
What? I don't know exactly.
No, like free agency. I think I heard.
I don't want them to go free agency. I either want them to stick with Eli or draft one. I'd be surprised if they go free agency.
Well, who's going to back up Eli then?
Well, okay, if you want to acquire one to be a backup, sure. I thought you were talking starter.
No, we need a backup for him.
Yeah. Oh, I just got to subscribe. I just heard the horn honk. Thank you very much for that. If you guys are new to the channel, please hit the subscribe. Don't forget to ring the bell and hit that thumbs up. But
you know who I like.
What?
You know who I want.
We know you like Whitney. You like Whitney.
Oh, I know, but I want.
I don't mean to interrupt.
I'm talking about the quarterback.
I don't mean to interrupt you. I just got a super chat. I just want to say thank you so much.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Sperm Cell said, hey, entertainer, sorry, but I'm not able to call in tonight. Had a physical today and found out I have a stable fracture in my left tibia. No baseball. I'm sorry to hear that, Sperm Cell.
Ooh, that's painful.
I hope you feel better, buddy. Sorry to hear that.
Sorry, Sperm Cell. You're a good guy.
But thank you so much. But anything else you want to talk about, Bobby?
No, Bridgewater. I want Bridgewater to come into the.
Well, I know you're a big Bridgewater guy. You're a huge Bridgewater guy. You tell me that every time you call in. I don't think they're gonna get Bridgewater. I'd be surprised. I really would. I think they're going draft. I think they're going draft or sticking with Eli. If they're gonna acquire a quarterback in free agency, the one guy that makes sense to me is Fitzpatrick. If you're going the backup route, or if Eli
Santa Claus. You want Santa Claus?
Well, he's not a long-term solution. We're talking as a backup.
He throws too many interceptions.
Yeah, we're talking as a backup, though. Bridgewater ain't going to come here as a backup.
Well, you don't know.
He's going to want 50.
He already did that to Saints.
Yeah, but he's going to want starters' money. He's not. He'll stay with the Saints if he's going to be a backup.
Yeah, I guess so. You drinking beer tonight, not water? I drink my Brattleboro water every day.
Yeah, I'm drinking some Amstel Light today.
I love Brattleboro water. I gotta drink a lot of water.
Yeah,
I'm 50 years old. Remember that these arteries are not what they used to be.
Bobby, I know you are, man. You gotta stay cool there. You gotta drink your water. Don't drink too much beer. But I am.
Oh, I don't drink. I'm done with my aqua. When my daughter was born, I stopped. She's 12 now. I don't drink anymore.
Rogue Dog says that you sucked on a muffler before calling in. But Bobby,
yes, well, is he talking about my phone? I think he's talking about my phone, right?
I think it must be the phone. It must be the phone.
Yeah, because it's up here in beautiful Vermont. It's like, I think it's running low. That's why I wanted to catch you right away. So.
Yeah, I hear you, buddy. I just want to say thank you so much for calling in. And we're going to take
I like talking to you. You know me. I talk a lot. You're from New York. We never shut up.
You're a talker. And you always seem
my mouth never shuts up 24/7.
All right, Bobby. Thank you so much for the call.
I like everybody else calling. Talk to you soon.
All right, my man. The Mets meted their way to the 4th place again by letting Philly beat. Yeah, well, we'll see, Jose Reyes. I'm going to try to remain positive. Mike Nixon says, I think about a month ago or so I heard Maurice Jones. Well, what's going on? You're on Live with the Entertainer. Thank you for calling in.
Hey, what up, everybody? You know, the senor here with the soda poppies. You know, get your soda poppies for $1. You know, we got nice ice cold soda poppies out here. We got Fanta. We got Coca-Cola. We got Pepsi.
Okay, good to know, Chris Senor. All right, good.
We got all types.
Started the call up with a bang with your annual soda poppies. So so Chris, what did you want to talk about?
I'm just wondering, since I'm a pro everything. Do you think it's more realistic to see Machado coming than Bryce Harper? Just wondering, because
what do you mean for the Padres?
Yeah, for the Padres, like signing Manny Machado. Do you think that's more realistic?
I honestly don't think either one's going to go there, but I would guess if one was going to go there, I would say Manny Machado is a better chance. I think Bryce Harper is going to be a guy that wants to play in a big market no matter what.
Yeah, because the Padres always stink, so probably nobody wants to go to a bad team. But I honestly think Machado's going to sign, since he's all for money. That's why he went to LA.
Yeah, the other thing I'll say though, if I was a hitter, I think I'd want to steer clear of San Diego. That's a pitcher's park.
Yeah, that park is weird.
Yeah,
park is weird.
Yeah, we'll see, but it's got to be tough being a Padres fan. It really does. It's got to be tough. I mean, I think it's hard being a Mets fan.
Both.
Yeah, but even tougher as a Padre fan. I mean, you guys. I mean, Tony Gwynn. You guys made the World Series that one year before you were alive. I think it was 2000 or 98. Was it against the Yankees? The Yankees swept them. I remember that. But yeah, it's gotta be tough. The Padres have not been good for quite some time.
Yeah, we're never gonna be good, honestly. Like I'm normally a positive, passionate fan. You know, with the Chargers, I was always with we're gonna be able to come back one day. You know, Philip the GOAT. I'm gonna repeat this. Philip the GOAT. It's gonna take us to the glory lands, and he kind of did. He took us to an AC championship twice. He did good, but with the Padres, you know, it's sad because our best probably player last year was a freaking shortstop. He was like our best player. When Will Myers is healthy, you know, we're all good.
Yeah, Will Myers is a solid player, but I mean the Padres are just a complete disaster. That's why I don't see
they're wasting them.
That's why I don't see either one of those players going there. I'd be surprised, but Machado might go there the only way one of those guys is going to go there if they get offered a lot more money to play for the Padres. That's the only way.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I agree with that. And besides that, with the Giants, I think I heard it a couple weeks ago, but Odell Beckham was getting very mad. I think it was in the regular season, I'm sure. That he was getting it's the same situation in Pittsburgh where the receiver hates the quarterback. Do you think that's true? Because that's what I forgot what. I don't know if it was NFL Network was saying, but there's a problem in New York that Odell Beckham's in the center and that he doesn't want Eli Manning anymore and that he only trusts Saquon Barkley. I think it was like Saquon Barkley or Evan Ingram. That those are like the closest people that he trusts and stuff like that. Do you think that's true? Or do you think everything's fine there?
What you saying? Do you think everything's fine between Odell and Eli Manning? No, I don't. I think it's I really think that Odell does not like playing for Eli Manning, and Eli Manning might never admit this. I don't think he likes playing with Odell. Obviously, they're not going to come out and say it. Well, Odell's kind of come out and say it without saying it. But the only thing I worry about with Odell is how he's going to act with a rookie quarterback. I know Eli's time is almost up. I don't know how Odell would respond with a rookie quarterback because we all know rookie quarterbacks are going to hit their bumps in the road. And if Odell acts the way he does going to the media with a rookie quarterback, that's not good. So that's the one thing. That's the one thing I worry about.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's what I worry about.
Yeah, I honestly think Eli should just step up and be the captain because he's honestly like a quiet. He's like Kawhi Leonard in a way. He's like that quiet dude who's a star, but he's really quiet. Well, that's what I've seen.
Well, Eli's never been a vocal leader. That's never been his MO. He's never been a vocal leader. Those teams that won the Super Bowls, the vocal leaders were the Strahans, the Tucks, the Antonio Pierces. Yeah. He was never that rah-rah guy. That's never been his MO. He's always been a guy that led by example. But no, there's definitely tension between the coaching staff and you know, there definitely is. They're not going to go out of the way to say it, but there clearly is.
And also one more thing, the first call that you got with Bobby, you know, amazing dude. You're talking about Ryan Fitzpatrick and Teddy Bridgewater. Who do you most likely see? Because I know you said that Bridgewater wants to be a starter, but I honestly think that he'll go because I think he's more patient than Ryan Fitzpatrick. I think Ryan Fitzpatrick with Tampa, he kind of forced them to start him because, you know, James Winston was out. But anyway, if James wasn't out, he was still. I think he was pressuring the Buccaneers to make him the star and stuff like that. I think Bridgewater's gonna if he signs, he's gonna become a backup.
I don't.
Behind whoever you got.
I don't. I think Bridgewater. I don't think Bridgewater leaves New Orleans if he's going to be a backup. I think if he's leaving, it's to at least be a 50-50 proposition to be a starter. I think Bridgewater's going to get an opportunity to start next year. I really do. I really do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I don't think he'll be a Giant. I think Fitzpatrick's much more likely if they go the free agent route. I don't think they're going to go the free agent route, but if they do, I think they'd be looking for a backup. I don't think they're going to look for their starter via free agency.
And if Eli doesn't retire this season, you think he's just going to stay backup? Or do you think he has a chance to compete with like either Dwayne Haskins or whoever they draft? You think he'll have a chance or something like that?
Eli's going to start. Eli's going to start next year. I truly believe that.
Yeah.
He might not start the whole year, but he's going to start the season.
That's all I wanted to know. No,
yeah.
I'm just going to let somebody else call in. I'll call in later, okay?
All right, buddy. Thank you for calling in.
All right, peace out.
QC in the house. What's going on, QC? Thank you for tuning in the stream. I see Dark Demonics in here as well. Thank you guys for tuning into the stream. Sanchez in the house. Mike Nixon, I can't see your last comment because the chat. Actually, I can hear. Hold on one second. And who is this? I'm sorry.
Oh, this is James.
Who is it?
James.
Oh, James. What's up? James, are you there?
Oh, yeah, I'm here.
What's up?
Nothing much. I called up to say what's up, and that's about it.
Oh, okay.
I called. Wait. I called to talk about free agency. Who do you think
Joe Lutz, hello. What's up? What's up, my man? Joe Lutz, what's up? Guillermo, what's up? I want to say hello to everybody. What's up? I don't want anybody to feel left out. Bobby Woodruff. But go ahead.
I have a question of who do you think the Giants are most likely going to get in free agency? Because there's a lot of people to choose from.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. I mean, I don't know how they're going to allocate their money, but I think if they go O-line, it'll be Darrell Williams most likely. I don't think they're going to go pass rusher, at least a big-name pass rusher, because I think it's going to cost too much money. They don't have enough money to do it. I think they're going to spend the majority of their money on offensive line and cost-effective moves, whether it be a wide receiver, whether it be a cheaper pass rusher. They could spend some money at the safety position. Adrian Amos, I said in my preview video, I could see that from the Chicago Bears. I don't see them going Earl Thomas. I think he breaks the bank, and he's older, so I don't see that. But I think if they're going to spend if they're going to spend on a big player, I think it'll be on the offensive line in free agency. That's my prediction.
I saw a lot of articles about how Davion finally fits for the Giants.
Well, he does fit, but he's going to cost almost $20 million a year. That's the problem.
Fire Eli, we don't have these problems.
What?
So fire Eli, we might not have these problems.
Yeah, that's easier said than done, though. They're not going to fire Eli. Eli is either going to retire or he's going to be on the roster, and maybe he'll take a pay cut. They're not going to just cut him. They're not going to do that. They're just not going to do it.
I'm going to coach you on that one.
All right, man. I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much for calling in.
You're welcome, man.
All right, buddy. What's going on, Abar? Thank you for tuning into the stream. Who else we got in here? Yeah, Mumbler. Just trying to see. Somebody said to read their last comment. Mike Nixon, can you read my last comment? Still don't see it, so Mike, type it. Type it again, Mike. What's going on? You're on Live with the Entertainer. Thank you for calling in.
Chris, what's up, my man?
Who's this, Bobby?
Yes, it is, but
what's going on, Bobby? How you doing, buddy?
Good. How you doing? Hey, man, I think this coming draft is going to be really. I think you're going to see a lot of movement at the last possible minute. Like I don't mean to interrupt. I don't mean to interrupt you because I want to hear your complete thought. I promised Mike Nixon I'd read his comment. He just wrote it again. About a month ago or so, I heard Maurice Jones-Drew said the Giants need to either sign or draft a running back to complement Barkley. Would you agree? No, I completely disagree. I think the guy that they got there already as the backup is completely suitable to do it. I would not spend any money in free agency or the draft. I think they're fine at the backup running back spot. But go ahead. I wouldn't waste money on that either.
Yeah.
Nope. I wouldn't waste it on it either. Here's like a hypothetical. If you could supplement picks for the money that Clowney would be asking for, could you or would you do that?
If I could supplement picks for the what do you mean?
You know what I mean? Like so to get the Texans to eat some of that, you know. So basically, we give up picks. Is that what you're essentially saying? So the Texans will eat a portion of it if you give them if you give them a pick or two, a pick and a player or just something to supplement, to kind of knock what you guys are going to have to pay. No, because I think Clowney fits real well there.
I wouldn't. I personally, I wouldn't. I'd rather acquire one in the draft. I'd rather acquire a guy in the draft and pay him pennies on the dollar and hope Lorenzo Carter continues to mature and get another year out of Vernon. I don't think they're going to cut Vernon. That would be the route I would go. Now, I know some people love Clowney. I know that.
Yeah. Now, my next question for you is: if you got like the 7th or 8th overall pick and a player from one of those teams, would you let Odell go for that, or would it have to be lower in the draft? Like, let's say you got the 8th overall pick and a player from Oakland.
Well, Oakland has the 4th overall pick.
Or not Oakland. God,
Detroit.
Detroit. Yeah. Detroit. Like, let's say you got let's say you got the safety from Detroit and their pick. Would you let Odell go for that or no?
No. The only way I'm giving up, I got to get a top 3 or 4 pick if I'm trading Odell. I got to get a top 3 or 4 pick.
You got to stay in the top 5.
Yeah, because I don't know. I think there's a big drop off after 4 in this draft in terms of skill position. You know, like top tier talent. I think there's a drop off. If I'm trading Odell, I'm getting a top 3 or 4 pick. That's the only way I even consider doing it. I'm all for trading Odell.
What about the top 10 next year? What about a top 10 next year?
But there's no guarantee you're gonna have. You don't know where everybody's drafted next year.
That's true. But would you, if you could stay in the top 10 for next year, would you?
So you're saying, would I trade him
next year, if you got the 6th or 8th overall pick and a player from someone, would you trade Odell for that?
That might be more enticing because depending if I need a quarterback, because it's a quarterback-rich draft, I could then use my first-round pick and that pick, if need be, to trade up and get a Tua or someone like that. So that might be a draft where it would make more sense. But
that's what.
Yeah,
I would use that. Both of those to move up into the top 4. And then and then hope and pray that Herbert or Tua or one of those guys is there for the taking.
That might make sense in next year's draft. This year's draft, I'm not trading him unless I'm getting a top 3 or 4 pick. I'm not doing it. And I don't think I really don't think they're going to trade him. I think it's all hearsay. I'd be surprised if they trade him. I really would. I'm not against trading him. You know that. I'm not against trading him at all. But I just don't see it. I don't think a team is going to give up what I think the Giants are going to want to get him.
There's a lot of players in this draft that are way overhyped, too. People are making way too big a deal out of some of these guys that are coming up.
Yeah, which players don't you like that are being overhyped?
Haskins is one of them.
Right.
I think he's got some flaws, and I think it's going to take a bit. I think it's going to take a real good quarterbacks coach to kind of get him. The one thing that I really don't like about Haskins is when you squeeze him, he doesn't tend to make the smartest decisions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I will
see. That's the biggest knock I have. But a good quarterbacks coach can teach him. If the throws aren't there, either eat it or just throw it to the sidelines and take the next down and play for the next down. Don't do anything stupid.
Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see. A lot of people are there's stats that back that up too. That they say Haskins is not good under pressure. That's a big. We'll see. I like Haskins, but I'm not completely sold on him. I got to see the whole process.
Like I said, a good quarterbacks coach can fix that though.
Yeah,
they can teach.
That's supposed to be Shermer's strength. That's supposed to be Shermer's strength, but obviously we didn't see it too much last year. But that's supposed to be his strength.
Yeah, but it's a different ballgame when you're working with a rookie compared to a 12-year vet, a guy who's been in the league for as long as Eli has. So it'll be interesting to see how he does with with a young kid.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know if they're going to take Haskins. We'll see. It's going to get interesting. After the combine, we're going to have a much better idea of who's going to do what. I like Devin White a lot. I don't know if he's going to be there though. I like him a lot at 6.
I just think there's going to be a lot of movement. And I think it's going to be last minute too. Day of the draft or day before, you watch that those top 8 8 to 12 spots are going to rotate around. It's going to be like musical chairs. They're going to be moving. I don't think it's going to stay how it is. I can't see that.
No, it's not. People always trade up. Every draft. People say nobody was going to trade up for Trubisky. They did. They said they weren't going to trade up for Blake Bortles. They did. So every draft, there's trade ups. There is.
Because there's a lot of teams. There's a lot of desperate teams in the top 8 this year, and they're going to be, they'll do anything and everything to get down into the top 3 or 4.
We'll see, man. We'll see. But I want to say thank you for calling in. I want to try to get a few more people in, but thank you so much, Bobby, for calling in, and keep up the great work on your channel.
Thanks, but I appreciate the support. Take it easy.
You got it, buddy. You think Devin White is going? I would be completely thrilled with Devin White at 6. People are fixated on my hair today. I'm hearing people say I got grays, which I do. I'm hearing people saying I'm going bald, which I don't think I am. And then the chest hair. We're talking chest hair. Let's talk sports. What's going on, Jack? Thank you for tuning in. Is there any prospects that you're interested in watching in the Combine? I'm very interested to see what has. Of course, those are the 2 guys that everybody wants to see, Mike Nixon. What's going on? You're on Live with the Entertainer. Thank you for calling in.
What up, Entertainer? It's OGR. How's it going?
What's going on, One Giant Rebuttal? Thank you so much for calling in.
So I asked you, how would you save baseball question a couple weeks ago, and I was thinking about this as I was listening to you. And as a kid, I used to watch the Hartford Whalers, and then when they moved out of town, I dropped out of hockey altogether. And then obviously hockey's gone through a couple of deliberations. You know what I'm saying? Players go on strike and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So how would you save hockey? How would you draw more interest to hockey?
It's a good question. That's tough because the weird thing about hockey is it seems like soccer is picking up a lot of interest in the United States, and I feel like hockey is very similar to soccer. It's just on ice, in terms that it's low scoring and it's quick, fast paced. I don't know. See, I'm not a fan of hockey, so I can't give you a great answer for that. But one thing I will say, it seems like a lot of the teams in hockey are in obscure markets. There's
Absolutely.
Yeah, so maybe they need to put them in different cities, with a lot more people. I don't know. It seems like there's a lot of. I don't know all the names off the top of my head. Like I said, I barely watch hockey, but I know that there's some weird cities that have teams, and maybe that has something to do with it.
Yeah, because I remember as a kid, it seems like hockey was bigger. I don't know if it was like that for you growing up, because we're relatively the same age. You're a little bit younger than I am, but
I remember the Hartford Whalers. I remember the Hartford Whalers.
But I mean, maybe it's just because I live in the Hartford area. But it just seems like hockey. There was more talking points. People would talk about hockey more. Now it's you either meet a diehard hockey fan or you don't. You hardly hear about hockey. I mean, it's not even talked about on ESPN hardly, unless the playoffs are going on. So.
Well, hockey. Yeah, when I was growing up in '94 with the Rangers, the early '90s was huge in New York. Hockey and the Knicks were huge, and it probably has something to do with the fact that there hasn't been success in New York for quite some time on a consistent basis. But I will say the Rangers were going to the playoffs pretty consistently over a 5-year stretch, right? And I think they even came close to making the finals, right? So I mean,
yeah, they did.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's weird. It is weird. Football's definitely gotten more popular since that time. That's without a doubt. And a lot of that has to do with the gambling aspect, fantasy football. But football is definitely gotten leaps and bounds more popular from the mid-'90s to now. Football's really taken over because baseball's not as popular as it used to be. Hockey's not as popular as it used to be. Basketball is probably more popular globally. But in the States, I'd say it's maybe even less popular than it used to be. Football has really taken a lot of the popularity from the other 3 sports.
Yeah, I would agree with that statement.
Yeah,
I was just curious. I thought it'd be a fun question to ask, a little bit different.
Yeah, no, it's a great question. The only thing I come up with is one is low scoring. I think people like scoring, and I know that they've changed the rules, right? They have the 3-on-3 or 4-on-4 in the overtime to try to make it more interesting or whatever. And I know that they've changed rules to try to increase the scoring, but I think that has something to do with it as well. But I think some of the cities they play in are kind of weird. They don't seem like big markets.
Yeah, exactly. The Whalers went to Carolina, of all places. I mean, and I'm not saying Carolina is a really an obscure market, but it seems like an obscure market for hockey. You have a team in Las Vegas, and then you obviously have, the Florida Panthers, even though Florida's really not an obscure market, but, like, I don't even know where the Florida Panthers even play. They had a team in Nashville, or maybe that was the Predators. Maybe that's the Las Vegas Knights now, but but we all know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, it's just real obscure markets for hockey, so I hear what you're saying there.
Yeah, I think bringing a team to Las Vegas is a good idea. I think that will be successful, and I expect all the franchises to do that eventually. It seems like that's going to happen. Football's obviously doing it. I see baseball doing it, and probably basketball do it too. I think they'll all do it at some point.
I miss the Whalers, man. I want them back. Give me a reason to freaking go to the game.
Yeah, well, I used to go to Islander games, and now I think they're going back. Now I live in Brooklyn, but I think they're going back to Long Island now, from what I heard. I know they already play. I think almost half the games there now. Like, it was full Brooklyn, then they switched it to, like, 8 games Long Island, 70 games Brooklyn, whatever it is, or 30 games, 5 games, whatever it is, and now it's almost half and half. But I heard, they're going to, like, fully transfer back to Long Island in the near future, yeah.
Well, that's good. That's good to hear. Hopefully they bring a team back to Hartford.
Yeah.
I doubt it'll ever happen, though.
Yeah, it's just not a good, it's just not a big market.
No, it's not.
Yeah. But we'll see.
All right, man. Well, it was good talking to you. I'm going to let you get on to other callers.
You got it, my man. Thank you so much for calling in.
All right, thanks. Bye.
All right, buddy. Lee's in the chat. He says South Shore. What's going on, Lee? Mike, if you somebody asked me if I talked about the Landon Collins rumors. I did not. I forgot who it was, but I fully expect them to franchise tag Landon Collins. What's going on? You're on Live with the Entertainer. Thank you for calling in.
Yo, Vincent, what's going on?
Bavit, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing great.
What's up? What do you want to talk about?
Hey, man, I ain't gonna hold you. That haircut looks fresh right now. No cap.
I appreciate that, Bavit. By the way, I just want to say hello to Legman came in the chat. Pigskin Pete's in the chat. I am safe in Brooklyn, Jose Reyes. But what's going on, buddy?
So I heard you say that we don't need another back for Saquon, but I think, like I said, like way back, that we should pick up LeGarrette Blount off of free agency for like a 1-year deal.
I mean, if it's a cheap deal, maybe like $1 million, but that's the least of our worries right now is running back. I mean, I don't know. I think they're fine at that position. I'd much rather them address every other position on the field, to be honest with you. Literally every other position. I think that's their strongest position right now.
I do understand that, but because Blount has been a Super Bowl winner.
Well, I get your point. Maybe he would help in like 3rd and goal situations, 3rd and inches, but if it's a really cheap deal, you want to add a running back, sure. I don't want them to do the same thing they did last year when they gave Jonathan Stewart $5 million. That was a waste of money.
Yeah, well, Stewart was brought in to like help Saquon get into like the NFL things. That's what I think Blount could do.
Maybe. I'm not going to say it's a horrible idea if it's a really cheap contract. It's not where I would go with it, though. Not where I would go. But I would go offensive line. By the way, this 585 guy keeps calling me. I'm going to pick up after I'm done with Pavita. You can keep calling. If it's a prank call, I'll block you. So, but, and then I would address the offensive line. I would address pass rusher. And I would address possibly wide receiver in free agency. That's what I'd be looking at. And the safety position. Those would be the 4 targets. Wide receiver would be last. I'd probably have safety second. I'd have safety third, pass rusher second, offensive line first.
And I don't know if you heard this, but I forgot his first name was Amos from the Chicago Bears got let go. So you think we should pick him up in free agency?
Yeah, well, I don't know if you watched. That's funny that you brought that up. I said that in my preview video in the secondary. That would be my number 1 target for the safety position. I like him a lot because
right,
I think he's only going to be about $8 or $9 million a year. And
yeah.
I think he would be a good fit. He's very good in pass coverage, and he's a very sound tackler.
And so
Jose Reyes, I can't block him until I take the call. That's the problem. So I'll take the call. He'll prank me, and then I'll block him. But go ahead.
Yo, I don't know why these people prank call you, bro. You're a 5'7" Italian guy who drinks beers. Like, why they gotta go after you, bro?
I'm not 5'7", B. I'm 5'11".
Stand up, Chris. We're gonna see that height.
Oh, you want me to
Nah,
stand up?
I'm playing, man. But
Okay.
you better watch how you stand up, buddy.
But anything else, buddy?
Yeah, that's it, man.
All right, man. Thank you so much for calling in. Thank you for being a great subscriber.
Yeah, you too. Thank you.
All right, man. Actually, you know what? I think I can block him. Hold on. Now that he called. What's going on? You're on Live with the Entertainer. Thank you for calling in.
He just told you to stand up. I don't want to see that crotch again.
Hold on 1 second, Joe Moose. I'm going to try to block this guy real quick.
Go ahead.
Trying to figure this out. There it is. Okay, I'll block him now. Let me save him as jerk off. All right. All right, save. Just got to go into my contacts. And he's gone. All right, what's up, man?
I noticed there's less trolls. That's because you're blocking everyone, of course, right?
Yeah, I'm not going to...
That's awesome. I like that.
Yeah, it's fine if they call in and it's like a funny prank, but if people are going to call in doing the things they do, I'm not letting them come through.
Yeah, it's unacceptable. So how long before the AFF league gets a New York team?
I don't think it's going to happen because I think that I don't think it would be. I don't know if it's going to be successful anywhere, but in New York specifically, there's too many teams here. Like, could you honestly say you would spend your money? And I know it's not much money, but with all the things going on here, I'm not going to waste my time going to one of those games. If I could watch the Mets, if I could watch the Knicks, the Rangers, the Islanders, there's too many options. The Nets.
I would.
You would, really?
Football's my favorite sport. I would.
Yeah, everybody's different. Like I said, if there's like I said, this league is specifically meant for people who like football way much than anything else. Like, if you're a diehard football fan and you're not really a fan of anything else, maybe you're like a moderate fan of other sports, it makes sense for someone like that. I just think there's way too much to do in New York for it to be successful. That's why I think they targeted the smaller markets. And the other thing I'll say, I think they targeted warm weather markets specifically because of the time of year they're playing. Playing football in late February in New York, early March in New York, that'd be really cold. And I think if you look at it, I think most of the teams are in warmer areas. I think they did that on purpose.
The NFL owns this league, right?
I think, yeah. They have some.
But they're on the NFL Network, no?
Yeah, they have some affiliation for sure.
I think it would get big if they had more teams.
Maybe. I never see it being a 30-team league, but maybe add 4 more, 6 more over time. The other thing you have to ask yourself, if you add teams, because you already see the play on the field, is there's definitely talent lacking in some areas on these teams. If you add teams, that's going to make the teams worse collectively, right? Because it's a big, more spots to fill.
Yeah, I get it.
So I don't know. We'll see. It's going to be interesting to see what happens between them and the XFL once the XFL comes, because they're going to be competing for the same talent pool.
So my next question is, I don't think this would ever happen, but if the Jets offer the Giants their 3rd pick for Beckham, do you think the Giants would do it? Not you. Do you think the Giants will make that move for the 3rd pick?
In a second. I think the Giants.
Really?
I think the Giants would be nuts not to do that. I think the Giants would be absolutely nuts not to do that, and it has nothing to do with disliking Beckham. It's all financial reasons. You're getting Josh Allen or whoever's there, Quentin Williams, Josh Allen, take your pick, with the 3rd overall pick, and you're going to pay him on average $8 million a year for 5 years, rather than paying a wide receiver $19 million a year. It's a no-brainer to me. You could find wide receivers in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th round. I would do that.
Like Beckham?
Not like him. But if you could find a quarterback, he's going to make all the receivers better. You don't need a Beckham to be a great football team. We've seen that. I would much rather have a pass rusher for less than half the cost of the caliber of a caliber of a Josh Allen than Odell Beckham. I 100% would. You're paying Odell Beckham quarterback money. I don't like paying a wide receiver that kind of money. Don't like it. But I don't think it'll happen. But yeah, I would do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that's all I have for you today, man. By the way, nice haircut. You look adorable.
Joe Moose.
Stand up, New York Jet fans.
There it is. There's the stand-up. John Smith says it'd be one thing to trade OBJ if we had a solid number 2. What's going on? You're on Live with the Entertainer. Thank you for calling in. Asia Roberson's in the chat. Stand up, Asia. Thank you for tuning in. What's going on? You're on Live. Thank you for calling in.
Hello, man. My name is Casey.
What's your name?
Casey.
Casey?
Casey.
Casey, what's up, Casey? Thank you for calling in, buddy.
Oh, I have a suggestion.
Okay.
Yeah, my question: do any of you people watch soccer by any chance, or football?
I'm not a big. I watched the World Cup.
I mean, I was just gonna suggest that you should maybe stream some soccer games because there's a very large soccer demographic on YouTube, and I think that would appeal to your channel.
I was thinking about doing that. I don't watch soccer, but I was thinking about, because I've had a lot of subscribers ask me that, to do a play-by-play of a soccer game. I'd have to do more research, and I'd have to look up the games, but because I don't want to just do a play-by-play and sound horrible. So I gotta, I may do that in the future. I may do it like once every other week. Do like a Manchester United game, whatever. If it's on TV, I may do that. People have asked me to do that. I may do it.
I mean, the game is pretty easy to learn after a while, but yeah. That was just my suggestion because there's a big soccer demographic on YouTube, and it's the most popular sport in the world. And I think you could rack in a lot more subscribers maybe that way.
I actually think that's a great. I actually want to say that's a great suggestion, and it's been somebody asked me that before. I remember that, and off of that suggestion, I'm going to do it. I'm going to look into it, and I don't know when I'm going to be able to do it because of my work schedule. But I will definitely call a soccer game in the future. Within a few weeks, I'll definitely do it.
The Champions League is on, and that's very important. So you can start getting on that.
Yeah, I'll look into it. I don't hate soccer. I just never. I'm not big into it, but I just love calling games. I love doing it. So I'll definitely do it. I'm not gonna do it consistently because I want this channel to be dedicated to New York sports. But I'll do it like bi-weekly. I'll do a soccer game here and there. I'll do it.
I mean, New York has a soccer league. We're a soccer league with a soccer team. It's called the MLS, but they're not the greatest,
I see motivated by success. I was about to say motivated by sex. Oh, my God. Motivated by success is in the chat. What's going on, my man? Stand up. Kid Blue's in the chat. Everybody go over there and sub him up. Nathan's in the chat. Thank you for stopping by. I saw the fantasy guy. He called me last week. I forget his name, but he's in the chat. Jeffrey Abby's in the chat. What's going on, Jeffrey? Didn't mean to interrupt you. I just want to say hello to people as they're popping in.
Okay.
But what were you saying, bud? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I mean, this is a very big demographic, so that's why I think you should probably get on it. I'm not rushing you or anything, but I just think it's a pretty good thing to get on.
Yeah, no, I'm going to do it. I think that's a great suggestion because it's a way to bring in subscribers that would never view my channel. So it's actually a very good idea. I appreciate the suggestion.
Oh, okay, but I was just going to ask one more question. Do you think the Giants have a chance of re-signing Landon Collins?
I think they're going to. I think they're going to franchise him. I'd be shocked if they don't. It's $11 million. I don't think they're going to sign him to a long-term deal. I think it's going to be a prove-it franchise contract.
Didn't they franchise him a couple last year?
Yeah,
the year before that?
They're going to franchise him. I'd be shocked if they don't. There's rumors that they're going to.
That sounds like a smart thing to do. What are we going to do at corner? Because Jenkins isn't doing the greatest. We need a lot of help.
Yeah,
traded away Eli Apple too, so that's gonna hurt.
Yeah, at corner, I think Janor's and motivated by success. Well, I would hope you're motivated by that too. That's very good stuff there. And Rumboy's Fantasy, I appreciate that very much. Thank you very much. Mr. Gooner is in the house. What's going on? At corner, I would stick with Jenkins because of the salary. It's gonna, as I always say this, it's gonna cost the Giants $7 million in dead cap space. That's a big factor for me. I don't see a corner on the open market that's only going to cost you $7 million that's going to give you the same production. And Sam Beal, I think, will be the other starter. I think they will draft corners in the draft, though. Whether it be trading up from, because they have a plethora of picks. 9 picks from rounds 4 to 7. I could see them coupling some of those picks to move up to the late second round, early third round, and trying to get a corner there. I think they will address the corner spot in the draft. But I don't see them addressing the corner spot in the free agency. If you look at the free agent market at the cornerback spot, it's probably the thinnest position in the NFL right now. So that is why I don't see them addressing it via free agency.
Okay, I just have one question. This is a joke. I just don't want you to get upset with me. It's just a joke. Do you live near the Barclays Center?
Do I live near the Barclays Center? I was just laughing because Kid Blue said I'm using new shampoo. I live. It's about 15 minutes by car. It's about a 15-minute drive to the Barclays Center. Yeah, it's close.
Okay, so there's this new convention called Talkin. It's about sports where you get to see well, it's like one of those things where they trade player memorabilia, like Super Bowl rings that people probably traded in because they didn't have a lot of money. It's called Talkin.
And when is that going to be?
Is this supposed to be a transition to Talkin these nuts?
Oh, there's a prank call. All right, it was a good
call. It's not a prank. I actually had questions, but I just wanted to save it till the end so I didn't get shut down.
All right, buddy. Thank you for that. Have a good one, man. All right. Motivated by sex and the entertainer talking porn. Yes, best collab. That would be a great collab. What's going on? You're on live with the entertainer. Thank you for calling in. And Mike Nixon, I will try to answer your question. I just got to talk to Cole, so it's hard for me. He says, if you could project the Knicks starting lineup next year, what would you project to be? Mine would be DSJ at the point, Middleton. I don't think they'll sign Middleton. I hope not. He's not worth a max deal. I'm going to say they get Durant, and I think they're going to get Durant and Kyrie. That's my prediction right now. What's going on? You're on live.
Yo, entertainer. How you living, my man?
Christopher Columbus. He sailed the ocean blue, and he's on my channel. What's going on, my man?
You already know it, bro. Hey, man, I gotta call in, and I gotta tell you, man, that kid that called in before, man, he's on to something, man. You gotta start doing soccer, bro, or football, whatever you want to call it, man. It's the world's #1 watch sports, man. That is a great way to get new subs in there, man. I know maybe maybe your football fans aren't going to be too jazzed about it, but I can guarantee you, bro.
At the end of the day, I've learned. When I first started YouTube, I used to worry about that. I used to worry about if I do something, am I going to lose subscribers because they're like, oh, you should stick to just the Giants or you should stick to whatever. And then I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to do what I want to do. And I love calling games. So I don't want this to become a channel where it is strict live streams and play-by-plays. I love making my videos. But if I see an opportunity in the soccer market to do it, I'm going to do it. So, yeah, I actually think it's a really good idea because it'll help my channel grow.
I'm telling you, man, it's going to do nothing but grow, and, you've become so established now that, you have, like, your wrench gang and everything like that. So, you got people here that aren't going to leave. And, I guarantee you, if you put something up that people aren't going to watch, they'll just be like, I'll just wait till he, comes out with a video I'd rather watch. I don't feel like you're going to lose anybody per se just because, you upload a video that, like, they might not be about, you just may not get that person's view, which, it's kind of a trade-off. You get more people come in, maybe not as much watch it, but, you're still getting that, like, revenue, essentially, of new subs that are coming in to see something fresh. And I'm telling you, bro, as your *1 subscriber, man, as your #1, that is a great, great strategy. And if you do a soccer game, man, please do Atletico Madrid. That is hands down my favorite team.
Let me write this down. I'll write it down. That's your request. I'll do it because I don't know anything about soccer. So, but maybe
man.
Let me hold on. I'll write it down because I'll look into when they're playing. They usually play on Sundays, right?
You know what? It totally varies. It's not so much like a set. Normally, you'll see them on the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, potentially Monday. But there's so many different leagues and there's so many different subdivisions in the leagues that there's always something going on. So there's a game coming up, a really big game, Atletico Madrid versus Juventus for the Champions League. That is a huge game that I'm not going to miss for the world. So, it totally varies.
All right, I'm going to type that in. Atletico Madrid versus Fuentes.
Versus Juventus, yeah. So it would be the UEFA Champions League, and it's really cool. You might be interested to know that Juventus is an Italian team from Italy. So
I'll definitely look into it. Of course, the first couple of games I call, probably not going to be able to say the players' names properly. So you guys are going to have to. Give me a couple of weeks to get used to it, but
it's all good, man. As long as you're doing it, bro, I'm gonna be tuning in, man.
All right, man. And I actually love the idea. I think it was a great suggestion. I always like to take suggestions from my subscribers. I think that's a really good one. But anything else you want to talk about, bud?
Yeah, man. I definitely do. I'd like to talk potentially about the free agency. I noticed that you said that the cornerback position was probably the thinnest the thinnest position out there. And I definitely have to agree with that. But a big name in the secondary I'd like to bring up, and I'd like to get your opinion on to where he's going, is Earl Thomas. Where do you think that cat's going to end up?
Yeah, not with the Giants. I know a lot of Giants fans want him. It's not that I don't want him. I think he's exactly what the Giants need. A center fielder in the secondary. They need a coverage player, but not for what he's going to cost. He's going to cost... Eric Berry makes $13 million a year. He's the top paid safety in the sport. He's going to be right around there, and he's 30 years old. So I don't see the Giants. I think a team with cap space, a team with a lot of cap space. I can't give you a team off the top of my head, but, I mean, teams that could use him. I mean, every team could use him, but the Cowboys might make sense. They're thin in the secondary. I don't know the cap space situation. The Jets certainly could use him. The Jets have strong safety play, but anybody with a lot of cap space, like the Colts make a ton of sense. They have the most cap space in the league.
That's actually where I was projecting him to go, was Indianapolis, specifically because of the cap space.
Yeah, and they definitely need to improve that defense. I think you're right. I think that makes the most sense. The Colts.
I got one more free agent question for you. Anderson from the Rams, he had a pretty standout year, and from what he's costing,
you talking about C.J. Anderson, the running back?
Correct.
Yeah.
And for what he's costing in the free agent market, I see a lot of teams that could snag up his potential. I know it caught out there that you guys do have Barkley, but I'm sorry, man, I don't really follow the Giants very well. Who else do you guys have at running back?
They drafted God, when I'm live, the name escapes me, but he's good. They drafted the kid in the 4th round 2 years ago. He's good. They just don't play him a lot. The names escape me right now, but whenever he plays well. He averages like 4.5 yards a carry.
Oh shit!
Yeah, what the hell's his name? I'm gonna tell you right now. I know I should know this, but off the top of my head, I can't remember. But he was.
Well, see, that's like the kind of point I was making is, I didn't really know if you guys even had.
Wayne Gallman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay, yeah, because I was totally unfamiliar if you guys even had, like a pretty suitable backup, for Barkley in case.
Yeah.
I'm going to knock on wood here for you guys, just in case, he was to get hurt or something like that. Nobody's, indestructible.
No, I think Gallman is more than suitable as a backup. When he's a good player. I'll give you his numbers right now. And I actually said throughout the season that Gallman should have been getting more touches. Actually, this year he wasn't as good as I thought. It just seemed like he was doing better during the games. He actually only averaged, not as good as I thought. He only averaged 3.5 yards a carry. He's averaging 4 yards a carry for his career. But I think Gallman's more than fine as a backup running back. I wouldn't waste cap space on a backup running back. I wouldn't do it.
Gotcha. Yeah, I just want to get your opinion on Anderson because he's had a very, very stellar year.
Anderson in the playoffs was out of this world. I mean, against the Cowboys, it was insane how good he played in that game. He, for the right price, could make sense. But I'm not wasting $3 or $4 million a year on a running back. Not when you have Saquon Barkley.
Got you, bro. I just wanted to ask those for you, so I'll let you get back to your line, man. It was good talking to you, brother. I appreciate it. And please, brother, man, do that soccer, man. I'm telling you, it is a great investment. It's going to do nothing but pay out in the end. And I'm going to be there watching every single freaking any game you put on there, man. I'm going to watch it.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much for being a great subscriber.
Thank you for thanking me, man. Have yourself a good day, brother.
All right, man. Have a good one. All right, we'll be taking the next caller. And, all right, this sounds like a prank call. What's going on? You're on live?
How you doing, Chris? What's going on, buddy?
Not a prank call. One of my best callers. What's going on, my man? How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Hey, listen, here, your last couple of callers are talking to you about possibly doing some European football or otherwise known as soccer.
I don't mean to interrupt you. I just want to say hello to a few people that came in. I saw the movie critic come in. I saw Big Blue for Life came in. I want to say hello to them. Let me just see. Somebody else came in too. Connor Burke's in. Somebody asked me about going on the sports fair. I'm going to be working with them in the very near future. 20 Savage is in. I just want to say hello to everybody. Thank you guys for tuning in. But go ahead. And Kendra, of course, is here. Thank you, Kendra. But yeah, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you, buddy.
No, it's okay. So I heard you say that you're seriously considering doing that, but I was going to make a couple of suggestions myself. I hear Chinese ping pong, the Beijing League is really getting hot right now, But if you're not into that, what about? And I know this is really. I think the finals are coming up for Norwegian curling.
Norwegian curling. I've really thought about doing that one. Yeah, that's getting hot in America. A lot of people are talking about that. I was actually on the back page of the paper today.
Yes, absolutely. And also, like those guys were saying, the soccer's getting hot on YouTube. Curling is really coming up. I mean, it really is. So I just thought I'd make those suggestions. Put them on the back burner, but definitely consider them. Okay.
All right. The curling. Let me write that in the notes. I'll be sure to write that.
Okay. And like I said, Chinese ping pong, but the Beijing League.
Okay.
Okay.
I like that. That's a good suggestion. And ladies water polo, I'm getting too. That's a good one too.
Oh yeah, water polo's cool.
I was actually thinking about doing hopscotch. They have a professional hopscotch league in Sweden that they have on ESPN the Ocho. I was thinking about doing that, but I don't know how many people would tune in.
That guy you were with last, I was saying Philly 500. He was playing mental hopscotch. But anyway, just wanted to talk about real quick because I noticed. I don't know if you did, but I know JC did, and your buddy Rover did some videos about the Jets and free agency and whatever, but just wanted to quickly bring up the Le'Veon Bell thing. Look, I'm an MSU alumni, so I love guys that come out of MSU, and I would love to see Le'Veon be in a Jets uniform, but with McCagnon in the front office, I don't think it's going to happen. And like you said, I think he's starting to get look, he's only 26, but he's got some wear and tear on him. But what I'm getting at is this. The way I think Mike McCagnon is thinking, I think he's thinking, I'm going to spend a lot of money on the offensive line. I have Isaiah Crowell, I have McGuire, and I got this kid Cannon and whatever. Maybe he'll draft somebody else. But I think in the back of his mind, he's thinking, I'm going to put together a real good O-line or the best I can, for what I can do in the draft and free agency, and I'm not going to need Bell. That's what I think is going to be going through this guy's head. So
I think that's the smarter decision, especially with having a second-year quarterback in Sam Darnold back there. I think if I was the Jets, I would be spending the majority of my money on fixing that offensive line, because your offensive line is one of the worst in the league right now, and addressing the pass rush. Those would be the two areas I would be most focused on. Now, you definitely need a weapon too, but this specific free agency class, they don't have any top-tier wide receivers. So I don't know if this is the year to address it.
Yeah, no, and I don't want them to trade for
Antonio?
For Antonio Brown. Don't want to see it at all.
Yeah.
But, all right, I'll just wanted to say hello. It's Monday night. I usually call in. I'll give you a call in next time. And I really hope you wrote down what we talked about, because I want to see it done, Chris.
Mark Israel's always a great caller, and I will be sure to be working on the curling. So thank you so much for calling in, buddy.
Have a good night, buddy. Bye-bye.
All right. T. Williams is in the house. What's going on, T. Williams? Mike Capone's in the house. Rogue Dog says, Nikos, go play on the interstate. Okay. I think before you talk, I just want to say thank you. I think this is Pats for Life. Thank you for calling in. Go ahead and talk. 3, 2.
Oh, wrong number.
Oh, it's the wrong number. Pats for Life just called me. He said it's the wrong number. All right, adios, buddy. We're waiting for the next call to call in. Ligma says, I ate Taco Bell for 3 days now. I'm sure. Oh, okay. Good to know, Ligma. Probably shouldn't have done that. You probably should have asked me before you did that. What's going on? You're on Live with the Entertainer. Thank you for calling in.
Hey.
Hey. Who's this?
Jack Pollock.
Jack Pollock. What's going on, my man?
How much?
What's up? What do you want to talk about?
Just the Giants.
Okay. I love the Giants. What about
them? I was just going to say, I think the Giants should draft defensively if Dwayne Haskins is off, or I don't know, but
Oh yeah, no,
I feel like
that's
the defensive
that's really, in my opinion, their only option. You're not going O-line there. I don't think there's an offensive lineman worthy of the 6th overall selection in this year's draft. The only way you're doing that is if you trade down. I think I think in this year's draft, probably around the 10 to the 20 area is where you're going to see 4 or 5 offensive linemen go. Because I don't think any of them are worthy in the first 7, 8, 9 picks. Maybe 9. Buffalo's going to take an offensive lineman. So from like 9 to 20, you're going to see like 5 or 6 offensive linemen go. But at pick 6, I don't think there's one worthy. So I think you're either going pass rusher or you're going quarterback with that pick.
Yeah, even Devin White, because...
Or Devin White. Devin White. Good, great. I love Devin White. Devin White's the other one that's possible, yes.
Yeah, if we're going to draft offensive line, we should trade back for maybe give, like, I don't know, maybe the Bengals.
Bengals make sense because they could use a quarterback potentially, and you could get a guy like a Dalton Reisner there. Maybe, possibly a Jonah Williams. That would make sense if you want an offensive lineman. That would make sense to trade down to 11, 13, 15, those areas. That's where you would attack the offensive line if they did that.
Yeah, I think Jonah Williams is easily the best offensive lineman, but I really like Dalton Reisner. Yeah,
a lot of people like Dalton Reisner. A lot of people. By the way, I just want to say hello to Techie if I didn't say so yet. I see he's in the chat. What were you saying?
I do not like Jawan Taylor at all.
A lot of people like Jawan Taylor, and I see him moving up draft charts. He's moving up a lot of draft charts. He's a big offensive lineman, right? A lot of people say he's very big physical offensive lineman. What don't you like about him?
I don't know. I like Michigan, and I was watching him against Michigan, and he was just getting beat up.
Yeah. We'll see. I mean, all this is. I'm gonna get a better feel. By the way, I'm drinking Amstel Light. Enzo's in the chat. What's going on, Enzo? We'll see. Like I said, there's a lot. The Cody Ford kid, a lot of people like from Oklahoma. There's a lot of top tier offensive linemen in this year's draft in that area, but not at 6.
Yeah, but I think Cody Ford, if teams don't like him, I think he could drop to the 2nd round. We can give him in the 2nd round.
You think so?
I mean, I think he's worthy of 1st round, but. Some people don't like him, so I think he could drop the 6th pick in the 2nd round.
Oh, I'd be thrilled if we got him in the 2nd round. I'd be thrilled.
Yeah. Because if we get Haskins or if Daniel Jones dropped to the 2nd round.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
We'll see, man. We'll see. But anything else?
Well, I was just got to talk about free agency too. Who do you think we should get in free agency?
Yeah, depends what they want to address. Safety, I really like the Amos from the Bears. I was really looking at him as a potential guy because I think Earl Thomas is out of our price range. And offensive line, Darrell Williams just makes perfect sense. I mean, get him in draft pick. Those are the 2 guys I'm really looking at as a Giants fan right now. I think they both make perfect sense because they fit in the budget. They're talented. They have upside. They're still relatively young. Darrell Williams, I think, is 26, and Amos is about the same. Amos is about the same. So I think they both make sense.
Yeah, Darrell Williams was like a 2nd-team All-Pro, I think.
Yeah. Before, not this year because he got hurt, but the year before. Yeah.
I think those are the only 2 people we could possibly get because we don't have that much cap room.
Yeah, we're not going to break the bank. We're not going to. The only way we could is if we made a lot of cuts, and then you have to replace those players. So. I just don't see it. I don't think they're going to sign a Clowney. A lot of people say that. And Earl Thomas. Those guys are just going to cost too much money.
Yeah. And I do not think Kyler Murray would be good in New York.
No, I don't want Kyler. I don't want him. I mean, 2nd round, if he's there, maybe I take a shot, but I don't want him. I don't think he fits what the Giants are trying to do. He's too much of a risk at 6. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. That's pretty much it.
All right, buddy. Thank you so much for calling. Thank you for being a great subscriber. Very good call.
All right, thank you.
All right. Joe Musa says, have a good night, buddy. Says, have a good night, Chris. Great calling tonight. Joe Musa, thank you so much for tuning in. You did a great job calling yourself. Thank you for continuing to support my channel. I would get O-line, but that makes too much sense. Joseph Stanberg said. All right, next call. You're on Live with the Entertainer. Thank you for calling in.
Hey, sexy daddy.
Hey, sexy daddy. Hey, sexy daddy. Goodbye to you. Let me just save that number, and then we will take the.
I order from you guys all the time.
I'm just joking. This is Luan right here.
Oh, what's going on, Luan? 1 second. I just got to block Hey, sexy daddy. Let me just do that real quick. 1 second. Let me get to the sexy daddy. Well, I'll do it later. I can't figure it out while I'm on the phone with you. But what's going on, my man?
I got a couple questions for you. So, what do you think about Eli's future on the team?
What do I think about Eli's future on the team? By the way, Last Jedi's in the chat. I wanted to say hello to her. What's going on, Last Jedi? And Matthew Matankas is in the chat. Eli's future on the team, I think he's got one more year, and then he's gone. I think it's his last year.
Yeah, I think so too. Because if they draft the quarterback, I think they're just gonna bench. Like, let's say they draft Dwayne Haskins, I think they're gonna bench him, and then they're gonna play Eli for a little while.
Yeah, no, I think Eli's going to be the starter this year. I don't know if it's going to be the whole year, but he'll definitely open the season regardless of what they do in free agency. Well, if they get Nick Foles, obviously not. But I don't expect that. If they draft a quarterback, Eli's going to start the year. There's no doubt in my mind.
Yeah. Next year, I'm so happy because that Jets-Giants game, we're basically going to have like 9 home games.
Yes, because the Jets are the home team for that game. Yes.
And also, one of our away games in London, it's going to count. Like, one of our away games is going to count as a London game, so it's better for us.
Oh, 20 Savage says, dude, it was me. All right, I won't block you, 20 Savage. You were just trying to be funny. I won't block you. You're a good subscriber of mine. With the sexy daddy call. Thank you so much for calling me sexy daddy, 20 Savage. But the London game you were saying.
The London game.
Who we playing in London?
I think Tampa Bay. Yeah, I think it's them.
Okay, so we should win that game. We should
win.
Yeah.
Next year, I'm so stoked about this offseason. Like, I'm so happy, especially the draft.
Oh, there's a big offseason for the Giants, a huge offseason. Because the one thing I will say,
who do you want to get?
In the draft?
Okay, go ahead.
I barely heard you there. Were you saying who do I want in the draft?
Yeah.
Realistically speaking, Devin White is my number one. As a realistic guy that could be at 6. If he's not there, I probably want Haskins.
Yeah, I just can't wait for next season. But let's talk about Yankees and Mets right here now.
Okay. I don't know. I'm going to be fair. I know something about the Yankees. I'm more of a Mets guy. So if you want to talk Yankees...
I don't know that much about Mets, but you can teach me.
Go ahead. What do you want to talk about?
What do you... Like, I haven't been following up, but what's happening with the Yankees offseason? Because I haven't been, like looking at it that much. I heard about signing Manny Machado. I'm so confused. I know spring training is going on right now. But
they're supposedly still in on Machado. I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's more likely he's going to go to the White... I'm pegging him for the White Sox. I think he's going to be a White Sox.
All right.
But he could definitely be a Yankee. He could. They offered him. The rumor was they offered him. I think it was like 210 or 240 million. But I don't think that's gonna be enough. I think it's gonna cost like $30 million, $300 million.
And you heard about the Dallas Cowboys today? They're gonna probably sign him for $200 million.
Sign who?
Dak Prescott.
What a horrible decision that would be.
Yeah, the people are talking about it. There's rumors.
Oh God, I pray they sign him to a max contract like that. That would be the best thing that ever happened to the Giants.
Exactly. People overrate him so much, man. Like,
he's okay, but he's not a max contract guy. That would be a horrible decision.
Yeah.
Horrible. Because I look at it like this: how many teams on the open market would give him that money? Nobody. That's why he's not worth it. He's not worth it. But I hope they do it.
The Jets would.
Well, the old Jets would. Maybe not the new Jets, but yeah, the old Jets. They wasted a lot of money on the quarterback position.
Yeah. What do you think about the AFL, man? Like, I haven't really been watching it lately.
You mean the AAF?
Yeah, the new football league. I haven't been watching it. It's like, is there a New York team or no?
No, there's no New York team. It's all small. Orlando has a team, but overall it's small markets. San Antonio has a team. A bunch of small market teams, and it's all right. It's like I always say. It's for people who are not fans of other sports. If you are just a football fan, you'll enjoy it. I think it's okay. I have fun calling the games. If my subscribers didn't want me to call those games, though, I'd probably call college basketball
I gotta say thank you because I didn't have the game on TV, so that's why I was watching you and I was listening. Because when you call in the game is better. Like for me, personally.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm gonna start. Somebody suggested I do soccer, so I'm gonna start doing that probably bi-weekly. I'll do a soccer game.
Yeah, soccer will be nice. I watch soccer a little while, sometimes when the big tournaments pop up, but not occasionally.
Yeah, I'll get into it. I'll see how well it does. If it does well, maybe I'll do it more frequently. I'm not gonna let it overtake my channel.
I think it'll be well fit for your channel.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let it overtake my channel. I still want it to be mainly about New York Giants, Mets, and Knicks, but I'll do. Yeah,
it'll be great.
Yeah, but yeah, man.
Road dog.
What were you gonna say?
Road dog. Always talking trash, man.
Road dog's a good guy. But I just want to say thank you so much for calling in, buddy. Thank you for being a great subscriber. I'm going to let you go so I get to the next caller. Have a good night, my man.
Thanks.
All right. Entertainer Talking Sports. Subscribe. Thank you so much, Enzo. Thank you to everybody who's tuned in. Anybody that always watches my videos, tunes into my streams, I really do appreciate it. Entertainer Talking Football. What's up, Joseph Sonberg? He says, I doubt Stephen Jones will let Dak $200 million. Yeah, we'll see. What's going on? You're on live with the Entertainer. Thank you for calling in.
Tainer, how's it going, man? This is Texas Liberty.
Texas Liberty, a great caller of mine. What's going on, buddy?
Well, I've got an intro for you.
What do you mean, for one of my videos?
Well, no, not a real one, but just let me say it, and then you'll understand.
Okay.
Okay. Am I coming through okay on audio?
Yeah, I hear you perfectly.
All right, brother, here we go. From the greatest sports town in modern history, New York City, welcome to the most exhilarating sports talk on YouTube today. The Entertainer, Talking Sports. With special guest, stuck in the 80s, Mr. Bad Dog 7676, Philly 500, Kendra Higgins, and the infamous Pakistani Fresh Prince of Bel Air. And many more. So mute your device, dial your phone, and prepare yourself for the pinnacle of sports talk on YouTube. And sometimes dolphin sex. The Entertainer, Talking Sports. Monday nights, only on YouTube. Well, there you go, buddy. There's your intro.
Well done. Well done, Texas Liberty. I might have to steal that.
It's all yours, man. We'll make you a real one with music if you want.
Yeah, that would be awesome. That was terrific. You sound like the movie trailer guy when they when you're going to see a movie, like that voiceover. That was really good. Well done.
Well, I work for free and I work for my friends, so you got my services, sir. You have a good one, buddy.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Texas Liberty.
Anytime, man. Bye-bye.
All right, bud. Press 1 if you got hard. Yeah, Afghanistan, that was a great job. That really was a great job. That was a great job. I need that guy on my channel more often. Texas Liberty, good job, buddy. Kid Blue, I got snubbed, he says. Yes, Kid Blue has been on the channel and will continue to be on the channel. Love Kid Blue. Lawan's breaking out the Dolphins and the Turtles. We always enjoy that. Michael Capone says amazing. A lot of ones there. We're waiting for the next caller. 8:15. We'll be going for about another hour and a half. Waiting for the next caller. And there it is. What's going on? You're on live. Thank you for calling in.
This is William Holston.
William Walston. What's going on, buddy?
I'm doing good.
That's good to know. What do you want to talk about?
I just want to say, I want to just give a quick shout out to your channel and Jets Central's channel. What do you think the Jets should do in the draft and free agency?
What do I think the Jets should do in free agency?
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, you probably might not have been watching. I think the Jets need to spend the majority of their money on the offensive line and a pass rusher. That's where I would spend my money, the money that you guys have. I would try to get one of those top-tier pass rushers that are on the market, whether it's Steve Ford, Clowney, whoever it may be. A top-tier pass rusher, address the O-line. Maybe you get that center, Paradis, He's by far the best center on the market. He may be the best center in football. He's graded in the top 5 centers in football over the last 3 years. So I think he'd be perfect for the Jets. Couple of guys you get. You could get Darrell Williams, the guy I want my Giants to get. But definitely addressing the O-line in free agency and getting a pass rusher. Those are by far your 2 biggest needs, especially with a young quarterback. You need to shore up that offensive line.
That's true.
You know, it might not be the sexy answer. Jets fans may want to hear, I want a running back, I want a wide receiver. But what wins football games is the trenches. You already have your quarterback in place that you hope is going to be the guy for the next 15 years. But you need to shore up the offensive and defensive lines.
And I just want to give a quick shout out to whoever made that intro for Quest.
Yo, he did a great job. He did a great job with that intro. I'm gonna have to try to get that on my channel. I don't know how to edit very well, but maybe Joe Musa could tell him. He always seems to be able to do that for me. Get that voiceover. I like that. That was really cool.
I'll let you go.
All right, buddy. Thank you so much for calling in. Have a good one. I see Dak Prescott has entered the chat. We were just talking about you, Dak. Thank you for stopping by. Let's Go Champ says, if a Rosario going to start this year for the Mets, now they can... Yes, has to start. Has to start. Rosario actually had a pretty good... Matter of fact, I'm going to look it up. Rosario had a pretty good second half last year. I like him at the shortstop position. I think he's going to have a big year this year. I think he's going to have he's going to take a jump this year. But yeah, I think he's going to be he should be an everyday player. Waiting for the next caller. Troy Flood says, bum-ass Todd Frazier better not be... Oh, God, Todd Frazier. Don't even get me started on Todd Frazier. Don't even get me started. What a waste. And I really want to see the Peter Alonso start. I want to see him win the job, but he probably won't. He probably will start in the minors. Trying to find his splits. Waiting for the next caller, by the way. Go ahead, give me a call. I am not going to answer that question, Ligma. Oh, I appreciate that, Whitney. Thank you very much. Whitney's a great subscriber of mine. Trying to find these splits for Rosario. Come on. This thing takes forever. My God. All right, so there you go. Yeah, so Rosario... Where is it? Second half. First half, Rosario batted .246, 4 home runs, 23 RBIs in 307 plate appearances. So he batted .246, 4 home runs, 23 RBIs. Second half, in 22 less plate appearances, he batted .268, so he batted 22 points higher. He had 5 home runs, which was 1 more, and 28 RBIs. So he was a much better player in the second half. So I think he has something to build off of. His OPS is still garbage. It was under 700. But I think Rosario is going to have a nice jump this year. I think he's going to be a pretty good player this year. Like a 750 OPS, good defense. I like Rosario. I think he may be the most improved player on the Mets roster this season. Who do you think Frank Clark will end up with? I like Frank Clark. He's more of a situational pass rusher. I wouldn't pay premium dollar for him. But I like him. But I think somebody is going to pay premium dollar for him. I'm not sure who's going to end up with him to give you a fair answer there. What's going on? You're on Live with the Entertainer. The Jets could get him. You're on Live with the Entertainer. Thank you for calling in.
What's up? It's Mike Capone in the house. What's up?
Mike Capone, what's up, my man? I think you're a Jet fan, right?
Yeah, big Jet fan, yep.
What's up?
So, I'm also a Yankee fan, by the way. And I saw that you were talking about Manny Machado and how you think he's going to sign with the White Sox. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying he's definitely going to, but if I had to pick a team right now, I'd pick the White Sox.
Right. I think the Yankees are definitely going to pull through, and I'm not even, trying to be very biased on it. I just think he came out and even said that he wanted to play for the Yankees last year. And apparently there's a rumor coming around that we offered him like $220 million. I don't know if that is $220 million. I don't know if that's obviously for sure. But I think that he fits New York. Obviously, he's going to be the heel of New York if he does come. And he's a polarizing player, but I think that he will fit well with the Yankees until Didi comes back, and then maybe transition him to third, whatever. But I think that he would do great in that ballpark, especially. because obviously it is a hitter's park.
Oh, Manny Machado's he'd be. I always say I'm jealous as a Mets fan. By the way, I want to say hello to Mr. Bad Dog. Mr. Bad Dog's in the chat. Do me a favor, sub him up, putting in great work as always on his channel. Part of the Dream Team stream.
Hey, Bad Dog. By the way, Darnold is a Hall of Famer in the making.
But so yeah, Machado. As a Mets fan, I'm always jealous because the Yankees always seem to get the most out of guys that they sign and bring up in the farms, and the Mets get the least. So I would fully expect if you guys sign Machado, he'd hit 40 home runs. He'd bat .310. He'd be fantastic. I do think he'd do well in that ballpark. Machado would be great for your team. But I don't know if they're going to get him. I don't know if they're going to be willing to break the bank.
No, yeah, and since we do, have a steady shortstop and a great shortstop in Didi. Obviously, he's out half the season with Tommy John or whatever happened. But obviously, it is a risk, and we still have Miguel Andujar at third. So where would we put him when everyone comes back and everything? But I think that it also is a possibility because our everyday DH is Giancarlo Stanton. But if we put him in the outfield, replace Brett Gardner, and then we put Andujar at DH, because he's a good bat to have and his defense is not excellent, I think that could work and move Machado over to third with Didi holding the shortstop position. I think that would be a scary lineup.
Oh, he would make your lineup's already really good, but he would make it really scary. It would be like a horror movie. That would be... He'd be great. Either one of these guys, if they can the team. I actually think Machado fits your lineup a little better than Harper does. Even though I think Harper would kill it there, I think Machado's more of a versatile type of player. You guys have a lot of players similar to a Harper in terms of offensive production. A lot of home run or nothing type hitters. I think Machado's a better fit for your lineup. I think obviously both would help your lineup. But if I was a Yankee fan and I had to pick one, I'd rather have Machado than Harper.
Yeah, I totally agree. I'm a big Machado fan. It's kind of weird because he was in our division. I just kind of like how he hates the Red Sox kind of as much as I do. Even though he kills the Yankees every time we seem to go against each other. But I think that his fielding is so good. And I think that he's a top player in this league. And I hope he does end up in pinstripes.
Yeah, he might. I'm not ruling it out. They're definitely one of the teams that he could end up with. I just said I would pick the White Sox right now. But he could go to the Padres. If the Padres... There's rumors the Padres are offering him ridiculous money. If they offer him money he can't turn down, he's probably going to be a Padre. So,
because all these players nowadays, they just want a little bit extra cash, but I don't know. You know what I mean, but whatever.
Yeah. If I was Machado and it was comparable, like if the Padres offered me $330 million for 10 years and the Yankees offered me $240, I'm going to the Padres. That's $90 million. But if it's comparable, if it's $3 or $4 million less a year to play with the Yankees, I'll probably pick the Yankees because my numbers are going to be much better. The Padres park is a pitcher's park. Yankees, you're going to hit a ton of home runs. Plus the market. You're playing for a better team. You're going to have a chance to compete for a championship every year, and you're in a much better market to endorse yourself. So if it's comparable, I would pick the Yankees for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and I think that he kind of wants to be in New York too. I feel like the Mets, they're obviously never really in the mix with big things, it seems. But I feel like if they could put a little contract out just to kind of put it out there, if the Yankees kind of back away a little bit, maybe he just wants to be in New York. You never know. I think as the Mets, I think that if you get in that lineup, it gets a lot better. And obviously your pitching, your starting at least is great. Your bullpen has improved with Edwin Diaz. So I think that
if the Mets ever added, and it'll never happen, the Mets won't do it. But if the Mets ever added a Machado, you could argue they'd be the favorites in the National League. Because that's what they're missing right now. They have, if they could stay healthy, a very good starting rotation. They have a very good back end of the bullpen. They could maybe use some help in the middle innings, but I do like their bullpen. Because not just the last two guys, obviously Familia and Diaz, but I do think they'll get some production out of the guys in the middle, whether it be Gazelman, whether it be Seth Lugo. I do like the Mets pitching. The lineup is good, but they could use a big thumper. Machado would be that. So, yeah, that would be huge for the Mets, but it'll never happen, unfortunately.
Yeah, they don't really have that guy. Conforto might be going into that guy, but, they don't have the guy yet. But, yeah, great talking sports with you, man.
You got it, man. Thank you so much for the call.
All right, no problem. See you.
All right, buddy. Yeah, I'm not a Harper guy. Bonilla off the payroll. Well, yeah, it's only $1 million a year though, $1.5 million. It's not like it kills the pay. Well, for the Mets it does. What's going on? You're on live with the Entertainer. Thank you for calling in.
Entertainer talking porn. What's up, bro?
Who's this?
Mr. Bad Dog is a sexy dog.
Okay, Mr. Bad Dog is a sexy dog. Entertainer talking porn. What's going on, bro? Anything else you want to add to the conversation?
This is one. I just gotta ask one. I know this. I gotta ask. Is this second callers today? Like second callers today?
You already called, right?
Yeah, but because I said it in the chat, but you didn't see it.
Oh no, you can talk. Go ahead. You're on the line already. It seems to be slowing down a little bit with the calls anyway. But go ahead.
What was I gonna say? Hopefully, guys, everyone subbed because we're almost at 4K.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost. I don't know what I'm at, but I was a little.
I'm gonna go share like your YouTube channel on Facebook right now, and all I gotta say is good night, man, and keep it up.
I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Chuck Short says, "Damn, Chris, get some perfume." Entertainer talking sports. Yes, I appreciate that, Enzo. Thank you to everybody who supports the channel, always tunes into the live stream. Means a lot. As we are waiting on the next caller, 828, we will be. Seems to be slowing down tonight. Chris showing the Moss. Yeah, I got the Moss out tonight, Bad Dog. Got the Moss out. That was a sexy call, porn and all. So go ahead and ask your questions as we wait for some callers. Seems like my camera's lagging a bit, at least on my end. LeBron's hairline on Chris. I don't know about that. Who would you sign now for the Knicks to have KD, Kemba, and the number 2 pick? I would call him, but I'm at work. Would you sign now to the Knicks? Me personally, I don't want them to spend the max deal on Kemba. I really don't. Am I going to be devastated if that's what they end up with? No. Kemba's obviously one of the top 15, 20 players in the sport. You're getting KD, who's a top 3 player in the world, and you're getting a top 2 pick in this year's draft where you have 4 potential superstars. So, no, I would sign up for it, but it's not what I ideally want. I would much rather have Kyrie in the first overall pick. What are my thoughts on Haskins being the most likely first-round pick according to mock drafts? That's where I have the Giants getting him in both mock drafts I've done so far. That's, of course, before the combine and everything else. I think it makes sense. I think it makes perfect sense because it's a need they need to fill. And I think he's talented. But, like I always say, I'm not going to be upset if they don't take him. But yeah, I'd be happy if they took Haskins. Depending on who was on the board. What's going on, Dylan? Snowboarding. What's going on, buddy? Could Haskins fall? It's possible. We don't know anything yet until after the combine. If he has a bad combine, he's going to fall. If he kills it in the combine, he's going in the top 5 picks. Somebody's going to trade up. Do you think the Raiders and or Tampa will not take a... Yes, I don't think either one's going to take a quarterback. But I think they could trade out of the spot. Kendra, yeah, we'll see. I'm going to try it out. Somebody suggests that. I'll try it out. Ronnie. Yeah, I took your wrench away because you told me to. That's why I didn't take it away for any other reason. I'll give you the wrench back. You told me you didn't want it. What's going on, Nelson? How you doing, buddy? Kyle to the Giants. There he is. Kevo Kevorkian the second. Stand up! Everybody do me a favor and go over there and sub up Kevo. He's putting in good work. I see your channel's getting big. I looked over there today. You had over 700 subscribers, I think. So good job, Kevo. I'm going to be upset if they take quarterback this year. I don't feel like any of them are good enough to be up for... I understand that. Nobody's blown away with the quarterbacks this year. I understand it. If the Giants ever took Murray, my reaction would be legendary, Mr. Bad Dog. Yeah, I would agree with that because 2 reasons. 1, how much you love... I would say you love the guy. But 2, I think it would be unexpected. I don't think any of us think the Giants are going to take him. You got it, Kevo. JJ Pollock says, I'm going to call in a little bit. Be ready to talk about the Bills. Anybody wants to call in. The lines are open. Seems to be slowing down tonight. Not a lot of callers tonight. Do I like Drew Lock? I'm currently doing a preview video on Drew Lock that I'm halfway done with. I'm done. All the research is done. I'm halfway done filming it. He's okay. He's all right. One thing I like about Drew Lock. This year, he played in a pro-style system. His first 3 years in college, it was the air raid system. This year, he converted to a pro-style offense, more of a pro-style offense. It was still a hybrid of a college-style offense and a pro-style offense. His numbers were down. He threw 28 touchdowns, 8 picks, as opposed to 41 and 13 the year before. But that was because of the new system. All scouts said that he showed more patience in the pocket. He was better at second and third reads. So there are some things I like about Drew Lock from what I read, progressing from year 3 to 4. But when you look at the numbers, against the 4 best defenses he played all year, Alabama, I forget the 4 best teams he played this year, he had 1 touchdown and 5 picks. So that's alarming to me. What's going on, movie critic? How you doing, buddy? Kyle says, heard on Colin Cow. I missed that. I'm sorry. Funny to see you here without a hat. Charles says, has there ever been a quarterback selected in the draft with just 2 years of college experience? I think so. But they're not allowed to now, right? But I think that's a newer rule. I would guess there has been. I would guess. Dylan, I appreciate that. Thank you for the eggs. Yes, that's a concern. 1 touchdown and 5. Actually, I'll get the notes out here. I'll tell you. I mean, I shouldn't be telling you this because you probably won't watch the video, but I'll tell you what I found on him. A lot of people don't know he was a great 2-sport athlete. Great at basketball. He was ranked the 450th overall prospect in the country at basketball. So he's an athletic quarterback. Obviously, we know the 6'4", 225. But yeah, I'm trying to find the teams that he... That's what I didn't like. I didn't like that. And obviously the other concern is the completion percentage, but that actually went up this year. He threw for a 60... Got a caller. What's going on? You're on live. Thank you for calling in.
What's up, bro?
What's going on?
It's me for like the 3rd time because no one else is calling, so I decided to call.
Well, that's all right. You can call in. If nobody's going to call in, I'll take a second-time callers. What's up?
Why is everyone spamming 1?
I don't know. Somebody must have pressed 1 if you love Jedi. Jedi asked, press 1 if you love Jedi. So I guess she's trying to find out who likes her.
So, what do you think about, what was it? Trump.
What?
Trump.
Trump?
Yeah.
I don't talk politics on this show.
Okay, my bad.
No, it's okay.
Road Dog said the one needs, like, damn. I just have my question, bro. I'm so sorry. I just can't figure out my questions right now. I had, like, a whole list of questions to ask you, but I lost it.
Yeah, no, it's okay, man. Maybe you call in another 10 minutes when nobody else calls in.
Yeah, okay.
All right, man. Have a good one. Did nobody else recognize the Pornhub? So I recognized the song. I didn't realize it was Pornhub. Bruce Bochy's a great manager, but how old is he now? MH, how old is he now? Timothy says, I know I am very late, but hi, Chris. Nice haircut. I appreciate that, Tim. Dylan Renner says, could this be the most active free agency this year and next year in 20... what's going on? You're on live. Thank you for calling in. All right, he hung up. I got a call from somebody else as he was calling. So you could call back in, whoever that was. Christopher Columbus, rewind to the spot. Where's... Well, what's going on? You're on live. Thank you for calling in.
Chris, the entertainer, the movie critic. What's up, bro?
The movie critic. What's going on, my man?
Not much. I'm actually on the Uber on the way home, and I remember you were on the Uber in my call, so
yes,
what's up?
Yes, I was. Yes, I was. So yeah, what's going on, man? What's going on? What do you want to talk about?
Yeah, man. The NFL draft is getting closer, as you know. So, are you going to the NFL draft?
Probably not. I've talked about it. I seriously was considering doing it with Rover Sports and Jet Central, but probably not.
Yeah, it's in Tennessee, right, or something like that.
Yeah, it's in Tennessee.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean that's far away from New York.
Well, yeah, it would obviously be like a vacation. You know, go there for like a 3, 4, 5 days.
Do you see the Arizona Cardinals, potentially trading their first overall pick?
No.
No.
Well,
so
I'm not going to rule it out, but I don't. The scenario that people have said where they trade Rosen, I don't think that'll happen at all. But could they trade the number?
Oh yeah.
Could they trade the number 1 pick? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, a quick question about that is I heard that they want to trade Rosen to the New York Giants. Is this true?
It was a rumor that was being floated about. I think it's complete nonsense to grab headlines. Basically, what that is about is Cliff Kingsbury, who was a college coach last year. While he was in college last year, said if he had the number 1 overall selection in this year's draft, before, of course, he was the head coach for the Cardinals, said he would take Murray. So that's where that rumor sprouted up. But now that he coaches the Cardinals, no, it's not going to happen. It's just to get people excited and read stories. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, I hope not. I feel like Haskins is better than Rosen, you know?
I don't know. I don't know if Haskins is better. I just don't like Rosen in the New York market, but Rosen is a talented quarterback.
Yeah. I don't know how he would do in New York is my point.
Yeah. We'll see, man. But I don't see the Cardinals may trade out of it, but that's only if they get blown away. But I doubt it. I don't think there's a quarterback in this draft worth trading up to the number 1 overall pick for. I'd be surprised.
Yeah, I hear you. Yep.
You know.
So, what do you think about I mean, I know you watched the All-Star game yesterday, but what were your overall thoughts on that?
It's what I expected. No defense, high scoring. Joe Lutz wants me to blow him a kiss. There you go, Joe Lutz. No defense, high scoring. It was exactly what you expect. A lot of dunks. If I wasn't streaming the game, those games are boring to watch. I don't like watching basketball like that. I'd much rather see the way it used to be, 85, 83, tough defensive, gritty game. I don't like no defense. It's a lost art.
Yeah, I was in the chat with you and Philly 500. I thought that was a great stream, you know, especially with Philly 500 and his crazy conspiracy theories. Yeah.
Well, Philly 500, you know, if you've ever seen, I don't know if that's the first time you've ever seen him.
That is.
Okay.
Yes, but it was a great stream. I can't lie. That was probably one of the best streams I ever had.
Yeah, Philly 500 is very entertaining. Dane Martin, what's going on, my man? Thank you for tuning in the stream. That's what he, I mean, when he does like a real game, like a game he's actually into, like an Eagles game, he'll call it more down the middle, you know, real like I do. But when it's something like that, he brings out the fun. He does the conspiracy theories. I knew he would. I knew it would be a fun stream.
Yeah, I just hope Phillies don't get Bryce Harper. I really don't want him on that team. I hate the Phillies, bro. I don't want him on that team.
Oh, gosh. And he's gonna,
I'm pretty sure you agree with me on that one.
I'm a Met fan, of course. But he's going to gonna kill it in that ballpark. He's going to kill it with that short field.
That's a hitter's ballpark, man.
Yeah, he's going to hit 55, 60 home runs in that ballpark if he stays healthy. He's going to be a monster.
Chris, you're crazy, man. You've been streaming all day yesterday. You're streaming again. Like, I really respect that, bro.
Hey, you got to put in the work, man, if you want to grow, man, and that's what I'm trying to do. And the call-in shows seem to be slowing down a bit. Maybe it was hot when I first started. If it's starting to slow down, I'll probably only do it once a week rather than twice a week.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm doing it too much, but we'll see.
You know what it is sometimes you get these trolls and stuff too. That's what also kills it,
Yeah, no, I hear that for sure. But No, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say I was in Stout today, and I was like, oh man, I was thinking about because I didn't have work today, but I was at Stout. I was like, yeah, Chris, I know you've been there before, Entertainment.
Oh, I love Stout.
I got the pie. The shepherd's pie you were talking about.
Oh, phenomenal.
I know Chris likes that.
Yeah, phenomenal. But I'm gonna let you go because I think somebody was just trying to call.
Yeah, sure.
But
thank
you, and keep up the good work on your channel too.
Of course. Yeah. Take care, man.
You got it, man.
Everybody, take care and subscribe to the Entertainer. He's a great YouTuber. Love your videos and everything you do, man.
I appreciate
Take
that,
care.
man. Same goes for the movie critic. Whenever he's in the chat, sub him.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Have a good one.
Yes.
All right, let me take this call. I got him. Okay. What's going on? You're on live with the Entertainer. Thank you for calling in.
Hey, how's it going? This is JJ.
JJ.
Yep.
Is that your name in the chat?
It's JJ Pollock. I'm the one that
JJ Pollock, the Bills guy. Yeah. What's up, man?
Yeah. Not much. Just want to talk about some of the Bills stuff.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. What do you want to talk about?
I'm kind of mad that everyone's starting to project DK Metcalf to us because I don't know if you saw the picture of him looking all jacked and stuff.
Oh, yeah, he looked like he was a UFC fighter.
Yeah, that's the only way I could see us getting him in the first round is if we completely fill our offensive line, and if we don't have all of that filled and we take a receiver with the 9th pick, then I just feel like that's a fail because
I think you guys, if you took a wide receiver with the 9th pick in this year's draft with the needs you have, I think you're lunatics. I think the Bills need to take an offensive lineman. I think there's 3 teams in this year's draft that undoubtedly, where they're picking in the draft, need to address the offensive line in the first round. That's the Bills, that's the Vikings, and that's the Texans. No doubt. All 3 of those teams need to draft an offensive lineman in the first round. If you do anything else, I would be shocked, and I think it would be a horrible move.
The thing I want them to do is trade back because we need as much bodies as we can get. Because our team, we have the young guys, and then the old guys on our team are really old. And then we have the really young team. There's really no in between. We just either have really young or really old. So I want to trade back with this is my proposal. I say we trade back with the Raiders for their 24th and 27th pick, and that way they have 2 top 10 picks to address whatever the heck they want to do. And then we got the 24th, 27th pick. Take a lineman like Reisner or whichever lineman ends up falling, and then take in like Kelvin Harmon or A.J. Brown with the 27th pick, or Marquise Brown. I really like Marquise Brown.
Yeah, no, if you're able to trade down to the late teens, early 20s, and you could get a receiver, that is different. But where you're picking, and you're off, I mean, especially with that quarterback, you're going to get him killed. You're going to get him killed with how bad your offensive line is. You need to address the offensive line. And maybe, like you said, I don't know, what's your cap situation?
We have a lot of money. We've got, it's third most.
Okay, so you got about $100 million then.
It's like 78, I think.
Okay, because the Jets, I guess Jets are second. They have 96, I think.
Yeah, I think it's Colts, Jets, Bills are top 3.
So, $70 million, you could certainly address it in free agency. I still would want to get I still would want to get a young offensive lineman though.
Definitely,
if I was a Bills fan, maybe you get it in the second round, but
yeah, I'm hoping like a Greg. I mean, I don't really like Greg Little, but if he fell to the second round, I'd take a flyer on him probably. But first, people are mocking Greg Little at 9, and I think they're crazy.
Yeah, Greg Little, to me, I think he has a lot of upside. I think you could certainly make the argument that he has the highest potential of any offensive lineman in this draft. But I think I don't think he's safe at all. I would have him probably around I'd have him like third or fourth at the position in this year's draft in my rankings.
Yeah, I would too. I'd rank him there. I think I have him at fifth.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, and then what else was I gonna say? The Bills. Man, what was I gonna say? Oh, free agency. So we got all the money in free agency. Yeah, you were talking about addressing the offensive line of free agency. I feel like we should need. I heard you talking about Matt Paradis earlier about the Jets and stuff, but I really feel like the Bills are the first or second possible destination for Paradis because we need that center.
Yeah, well, he'd be a great get for you guys. He's going to cost a lot. I think he's going to. They're projecting about, I think, 14 a year for a center. That's a lot. 13, 14 a year.
I think he's older too.
He's not that old. I think he's about 26.
He's like 30ish.
Is he that old?
Oh, I think he's either 29 or 30. I think.
Oh, you might be right. I thought he was younger than that.
I don't think he's that young.
Yeah, I thought he was like 26, 27. So, actually, I'm gonna look it up right now. I'm sure you're right. I for some reason, I thought he was a little younger. But that would make sense. I saw it with the Giants last year. They signed Solder, and it wasn't worth the money. And I worry about signing an offensive lineman that old to a long contract. But you definitely need one. You definitely need one.
Yeah, I called a couple weeks ago and I said proposed trade with the Bills and the Giants for the Solder thing.
Oh, that's right. Yes. I remember that.
You remember that?
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. So, yeah, that was me. So, I also feel like, other than center, we need to get that right side fixed up, too. So that's, like I said in the second round, like a Cody Ford. He falls. I doubt he will, though. Greg Lowe. But then free agency, also we got Jawan James is there. And then Donovan Smith from the Bucks is real intriguing to me. But I've been hearing that the Bucks, if they don't get a contract signed with them, that they're going to franchise them. But I don't know.
Interesting. Yeah, I like Cody Ford a lot. I'd probably have him. I think I'd have him third at the offensive line in this year's draft. I think I have him ranked third.
Yeah, that's where I have him too.
Yeah, but we'll see, man. There's a lot of good offensive linemen in this year's draft. There's not a superstar, but there's a lot of good ones.
Yeah,
a lot of good ones.
Yeah, there are a lot of solid plug and play players.
Yeah, but anything else, bud?
Yeah, I was gonna bring up the baseball. I'm a big baseball fan. I'm a Nats fan. I know you're a Mets fan, so you can butt heads about that for a little bit. But I just want to know what you think about the Harper situation and all that stuff.
I think Harper's gonna be a Philly. That's what it sounds like. And I'm devastated. I mean, you should be more devastated. He was a national.
Oh, yeah. That's bad.
I hate Harper. I think.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I mean, if he was on my team, I'd like him. I'm sure you like him because you're a national fan. But
I know exactly. I know exactly what you're talking about. I'd hate Harper if he was not a national.
Yeah, I can't stand that guy. But I thought he'd be out of the division, and now I'm finding out he's probably going to be a Philly. And in that ballpark, that is scary.
I know.
In that ballpark,
I'm thinking 50, maybe 60. If he's healthy and plays like he usually does, like last year, that was bad. Like he was batting 220, I think, at one point, and then he was just off the rails bad last season, like midway through the year, and then the home run derby kind of helps him out a little bit, and then. But yeah, if he's himself and playing at 100% Bryce Harper, then he's gonna have a really good year with the Phillies.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. If he's healthy, he's gonna hit 50 home runs there in that ballpark. At least if he plays the whole year, at least 50 home runs. No doubt in my mind. It's too favorable of a park for a hitter like him.
Yeah.
Like Ryan Howard used to hit 50, and he would literally just flick his wrist and it would go over the right field fence.
And that wasn't even the home run era. This is all everyone's hitting. You're not a very good home run hitter if you can't hit 40 plus.
Yeah, I think he'll easily hit 50 home runs in that ballpark. Easily.
Yeah.
But
So how do you think the Mets are the favorite, or do you still have?
No. If the Phillies get Harper, they're the favorite.
You really think the Phillies?
Yeah, if they get Harper with the additions they've made, they added Real Muto too. I think arguably the best catcher. Yeah. And they added McCutchen, and they added Segura, and they added Robertson. I think the Phillies are the favorite.
I can't believe the Marlins traded Real Muto within the division. I don't know what they were thinking.
Oh, God. All the talent that team has traded away over the years, it's disgusting.
No, but I mean, even within why would you trade? I'd say he's the top 3 catcher in the league easily into your own division while you know you're going to play them so many games during the year, and he's going to be there for a couple more years terrorizing your team when you're not going to win 50 games in the year.
Yeah, it makes no sense. It makes no sense whatsoever.
I mean, the guy they got for him, I like the guy they got, the Sixto Sanchez guy. He looks like the real deal, but he's young too, and he's not going to be up there for a while.
Yeah. No, I right now, to answer your question, if I was picking the favorite, if Harper doesn't go to the Phillies, I'd probably pick the Braves, but very close. I think anyone could win the division. I still think anyone could win the division if Harper goes to the Phillies, but I think the Phillies would be the favorite.
I really like your guys' ads.
I think the Mets made a lot of good ads. I think the Mets really, and the Mets finished stronger than I think people realize.
Yeah, they were doing good down that last stretch of the season.
Yeah, and I think they have a lot of players that I think could take a leap forward this year, and with the additions they made, if they could stay healthy, the Mets could definitely compete to win that division. You know, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you go because I'm sure a couple more people might want to call in, but thank you so much for being a great subscriber.
Yeah.
You always have great phone calls, so thank you so much for calling in.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, bud. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Big Blue for life in the chat. I think I recognize this number. I think he called it. What's going on? You're on live.
All right, man. I got questions this time.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yes. That's right. What's up?
All right. How can the Giants fix their defense? Because this last year, like this season, we had a division high record, 412 points.
How can they improve their defense, you said?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's only 2 ways to improve it: the draft and free agency. And I think they're going to focus mainly on the draft because they don't have a lot of money in free agency. It's going to be through the draft that they're going to try to improve their defense. They're going to try to keep getting younger, try to find players that fit the 3-4 system. That's what they're going to do. Yeah, that's what they're going to do. They're going to do it mainly through the draft.
Do you think Landon Collins will be back?
Yes, on the franchise tag.
Yeah, I think so too. Cause on the front, yeah. Okay. What changes can we make in the offensive line this upcoming year? Who should we trade? Who should we
Well, we know the left side's going to be the same. You know Hernandez and you know Solder are going to be there.
Yes, Solder. He does not deserve that much money.
It doesn't matter. They can't cut him. His dead cap hit's ridiculous. So there's no way he's going to be the left tackle. And then the other 3 positions, we'll see. I think Jalapeno will be back as the starting center because he's cheap. And he played pretty well the 2 weeks that he did play last year before he got hurt. And I think they'll bring Jamon Brown back at the guard. That's what I think. And the right tackle, they're either going to address that. The starting right tackle will either be via free agency or in the draft. I think it's going to be in free agency. But I still think they could draft one in the second round for depth and for a guy that could start the following year. Or the year after, whatever. But I think my guess is they address it in free agency, the right tackle spot.
This one, I don't know who. This is a hard question right here. I'm sorry, but will they cut Janoris Jenkins or Olivier Vernon?
If they're gonna cut one, I would guess Vernon, because I think Jenkins is, and I don't think they're gonna cut either one. But if they were gonna cut one,
last year they did both for. Last year it was a horrible year for both of us.
Yeah, I think because there's more pass rushers on the market that you can bring in that I think will make an impact in cornerbacks. It's a very thin cornerback free agency class, so I don't expect that. So I think if they're going to cut one, it would be Vernon.
That Jets-Giants game, everyone's going there, right? Because I'm going to try to go there, but where's everyone meeting up? Like, what side of the stadium?
Oh, I haven't gotten into the specifics yet. It's not even close, but as it gets closer, we're going to plan it out and have everything organized. But
Hopefully there's going to be more Giants fans. It's going to be fun.
No, I'm sure. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be a blast. I'm probably going to start mapping that out with Jet Central probably around June, July. We'll start planning that out.
Jet Central's going to be there?
Yeah, Jet Central's gonna be flying down from Florida. Flying up from Florida.
We're gonna have a bit of an argument when that season.
All right, man. Thank you so much for calling in, buddy.
All right.
All right, have a good one. All right, got another caller calling in. What's going on? You're on live. Thank you for calling in.
What up, entertainer talking sports? It's Ronnie Ford.
Whoa, what's going on, Ronnie Ford? How you doing, buddy?
Chilling, man. You took the wrench away, but it's all right.
Only because you told me to. I said it in the chat.
No, I'm just fucking with you. I just wanted to ask you a couple of questions real quick since we're on the show.
Yeah, go ahead.
I seen a rumor today. They said that Odell Beckham could get traded to the Patriots.
Yeah, I don't think it'll happen. I'd be shocked. What are the Patriots going to offer them? I mean, the Patriots have the 32nd overall selection. They'd have to give us like 3 future first-round picks because it's a late first-round pick. I don't see it happening. I'd be shocked. It's just a rumor, I think, for people to read. If they're going to trade him, it's going to be a team with an early pick.
Yeah. Even with the Patriots winning the Super Bowl, which is like the worst thing that could happen in the world, but you know what I'm saying? They want the rich to get richer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I wouldn't be upset if they traded Beckham if it was for the right deal. That's not the right deal.
Yeah.
You know?
I also wanted to ask you about the New York Knicks' future and like because we have Dennis Smith Jr. now. I'm a Knicks fan. You know, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dennis Smith Jr.
We got like $70 million in cap space, so we're trying to get 2 free agents, right?
Yeah. I just want to say, I see Slick Nick just popped in. He said, Red Storm, baby. Big win by St. John's as they beat Villanova yesterday. Yeah, 19-7, and they're pretty much going to the tournament now. But as far as the Knicks go, Dennis Smith Jr.'s looked pretty good. Now, I don't know. They're going to see what they do. If they could bring in Leonard and Durant, you keep DSJ. I don't think they're going to be able to do that, though. And I think the only way to attract Durant is to bring in another max player. So if it's not going to be Kawhi, it would have to be Kyrie. And if it's Kyrie, Dennis Smith Jr. doesn't really have a place on this team. Maybe a guy off the bench, but so
I mean, AD and Kyrie together, I mean, would be very good. I'm not a fan of KD personally, but I mean, if he went to New York, I wouldn't be opposed to him being there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of KD. I mean, I know that why people don't like him, but if he was a Knick, I'd be a big fan. I still think he's one of the top 2 or 3 players in the sport. But if you could ever get KD and AD would be the optimal. If they get both those guys and keep DSJ at the point, I'm completely fine with that. Because then you have 2 of the top 5 players in the sport on the team. I mean, you figure the rest out. But exactly. I think AD's possible. You're gonna have to trade. They're gonna have to get lucky and get a top 2 pick in this year's draft with the lottery. But if they do that, you give that and then probably a future first and maybe Knox, and that would probably put you in the ballpark for Anthony Davis.
2 quick questions real quick. One more. Just one on thoughts on Kyler Murray. They said he's going to get drafted 13th, like in the mock draft, 13th overall to the Miami Dolphins. I want to know like what your thoughts on him versus like Tannehill. Like, you know, they're 2 different quarterbacks, obviously, but the success of like Baker Mayfield, you see like Russell Wilson being short, Drew Brees being short. So do you think like Kyler Murray could have success in Miami?
Before I answer that, I just want to say what's going on, Anthony Simonelli. I think I'm not a huge Kyler Murray guy, but if there's one of the teams that I think he could end up with is on Miami, I think that would be the worst possible situation for him. I think it'd be a horrible spot for him. I don't think that they have a sound offensive line. I don't think that they have great weapons. That's one of the worst spots he could end up with, and I think he might. I think that is probably the most likely team at 13 that needs a quarterback that could potentially take him. If he ends up there, I don't think that's good for his career. I don't. And I think it's possible he ends up there.
And if I'm Kyler Murray, I'd be concerned anyway, because if you look at the, the track record of Ryan Tannehill, I wouldn't want to go there if I was Kyler Murray.
No, I tell you, the spot that I think is perfect for Kyler Murray, because it would give him a year or 2 to learn under, and he would be deadly in the Dome, New Orleans. But they don't have a first-round pick. But I think New Orleans would be a great spot. Sean Payton, the way he thinks outside the box, I think that would be a really good spot for him. But it's not going to happen. But in terms of teams that could draft him, I don't think the Giants will take him. He doesn't fit what they're trying to do. The Redskins are possible. The Dolphins are certainly possible. And maybe the Bengals. But none of those situations are good spots. The Redskins are probably the best spot. out of those three teams. They're probably the best spot.
This is my last question, man. As the NBA season's winding down because we're past the All-Star break and, championships, playoffs are coming. So what are your thoughts on the NBA season? What's going to happen? You know what I'm saying? Like, let me know what you think.
Well, I think you got to pick the Warriors in the West. As much as I hate to say that, you got to. And in the East is interesting. A lot of big moves at the deadline. The Celtics, you got to give a chance. I love their coach. I know they didn't make any splashes at free agency. The Raptors, I think, have the best roster from top to bottom. The Sixers probably have the best starting lineup. So if I had to guess, it's going to be one of those three teams. If I had to pick one right now, I think I'd pick the Raptors. Because I think Kawhi Leonard's a great two-way player, and I love their bench. And they have playoff experience. I think I'd pick the Raptors if I was going to pick one right now. But all three of them could certainly make it.
Don't count Boston out, though, because Tatum, he's going to be hot. He's going to get hot. Kyrie's going to get hot. They're going to be looking good, man.
And they have the best coach. So,
yeah.
Out of the three teams. So, I definitely not counting Boston out. Boston's one of the three teams that I think have a really good shot. I would put those three at the top. I think Toronto and Boston are probably my two favorites, actually. I'd probably have Philly third.
All right, man. Appreciate you taking the call, man. Have a great rest of your show.
You got it, man. Thank you so much for the call, buddy.
All right.
Giants need Devin White, Lucas says. I'd be happy with that. The movie critic says, wow, that was a long Uber ride. Did you see my new video? I didn't yet get a chance to see it today. I will check it out, though. What's going on? You're on live. Thank you for calling in.
Hey, yo, Chris, where's my money for all those soda poppies?
Chris Senor is
back.
back.
And those Ragu bottles. Those Ragu bottles, bro. You bought a lot of Ragu bottles.
What's going on? What's going on, man? What's going on, buddy?
I'm good. Just came back from shopping and stuff like that.
Oh,
that gave me enough time to think about some sports questions for you. For all of our sports fans and stuff like that out there, and for you, Chris. So, yeah.
Go ahead.
All right. So the first one is, what do you think was the biggest need for the Mets? And I'm not gonna say Padres because I know you don't know anything about the Padres, but for the Mets, what do you think is the biggest need? For them this season.
Yeah, realistically speaking, because they're not going to go out there and spend big bucks on one of these guys. Starting pitcher. I think they could use another starting pitcher, especially a guy that is accustomed to throwing a lot of innings. They could use an innings eater. That was value that Bartolo Colon gave the Mets that a lot of people didn't give enough credit for. They could definitely use a guy that is going to go out there and throw 200-plus innings to solidify the starting rotation. And they could definitely use another lefty in the bullpen.
Yeah, speaking of Bartolo Colon, I don't know if you saw the last episode of My 1,000-Pound Life.
I did see that, yes.
I think he was on there.
Well, Bartolo Colon... Bartolo Colon, it was that was probably one of the funniest moments in the history of baseball when he hit that home run.
Oh my God! Don't remind me of that, Chris. No, that's depressing. Now you're making now I gotta go try to find my antidepressants again because that was depressing as a Padres fan. Just seeing a pitcher hit a home run. And our stadium's like I said earlier, the stadium's pretty small, or not small, pretty big. It's like a weird stadium, so it's hard to hit home runs. I don't know how he hits home runs. It's weird.
Yeah.
But my next question, all these questions are like weird questions. They're like basketball, baseball. But my next one is about the Raptors. Do you think they're gonna keep Kawhi Leonard, or do you think they're just gonna trade him or let him go?
The Raptors, do I think they'll trade Kawhi Leonard? No, I don't. No, I don't think they'll trade. He's a free agent next year, right?
Yeah, he should be. Or would they? Or what do you think? What are the chances of them re-signing Kawhi Leonard? He's a free agent next year. So what's the chances of him getting re-signed?
I think that the only chance you guys have for him to come back, you have to at least reach the finals. I think if you reach the finals, there's a chance that Kawhi Leonard could be back. If you don't, I think he's gone.
Yeah. And my last question. This isn't. Is it okay if it's not sports related?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Do you think out there? It's a conspiracy question, by the way. Do you think Philly 500 is a clone? And do you think he's gonna ever expose himself as a clone?
Philly 500, is he a clone? No, there's nobody ever in this world that could replicate Philly 500. I mean, duplicate Philly 500. So there is no way you could have a clone of him. He's too original. He's too unique. So I'm going to say there's no clone of Philly 500.
Okay. Yeah, that's all I want to say. And, you owe me $500 for the ragu bottles and the soda poppies.
All right, buddy.
Yeah, you heard it here, folks. He likes ragu, prego, any type of canned sauce he likes.
Thank you so much.
Anything.
Thank you so much for calling in, buddy.
Yeah, good. Have a good night.
All right, you too, bud. Basketball is a front-runner league, the Dark Demonic says. Yeah, well, that's the truth. You need the superstars. And thank you for liking the stream. Anybody new to the channel, if you haven't done so, please subscribe, ring the bell. I think this is the 4th time he's called. What's going on?
The Earth is flat. Okay, let me tell you why.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna have you call back because I got somebody else calling in, and then you can call back after. All right. What's going on? You're on live.
Hi, Chris. It's Nelson.
Nelson. What's up, buddy? What's up, buddy?
I know, right? Yesterday was special. A lot of offense in the AF.
Oh, you're talking about the AF league? Yeah. High scoring game. It was 30. What was it? 33-27 or so, whatever the final was.
7-29, I guess.
Yeah, 37-29.
Yeah, it was up and down games.
Yeah, it was a fun game. That was a fun game to call. That was a fun game.
It was,
So what's up, buddy?
Yeah. I was gonna talk to you about the James Dolan situation.
What, about him selling the team? It's not gonna happen. There's no way. There's no way. He's not selling the team. That's a bogus rumor. What's going on, nations? Thank you very much. This is Nelson Ayadale on the phone, Chris Senor. But there's no way. There's no chance.
Yeah, I just saw that denied coaching offers. Did you know that?
You saw what?
Denied Dolan for coaching offers. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
Oh, interesting. I saw that MH is like fixated on my head tonight. Loves my head.
Oh.
But what was I gonna say? Yeah, no. But anything else you want to talk about?
Sorry for taking much time here.
No, nothing to be sorry about. I always appreciate when you call in.
I think that's it. Yeah, just in case we have any other callers,
All right, buddy. I just want to say thank you for calling in. Thank you for continuing to support my channel.
All right.
All right, my man. Have a good one. Yeah. And I just want to. I didn't mean to cut you off there. I just had a caller. Movie Critic, thank you so much for the super chat. He says the Movie Critic has come back to the show. Show the love. Great stream and one of the best YouTubers. By the way, where is the hat? The hat's over there. You want me to put the hat on? I'll put the hat on. Got a haircut today, so I just figured don't need a hat because I haven't gotten a hat. I went a couple weeks without a haircut. Did he hang up? He hung up on me. I'm gonna have to call him back. I didn't mean, but thank you so much for the super chat. Let me call him back real quick. See if I get him on the line. Damn. All right, what's going on? You're on live with the entertainer. Thank you for calling in.
Alright, okay, let me show you why I believe the Earth is flat. Because some people think we're crazy, but actually, if you research it, it just blows your mind and how the government lies.
Wait. Now, are you serious? You really think the Earth is flat? Is this a serious phone call?
Yes, this is a serious phone call. I'm not lying.
All right, let me hear this.
All right. People say if you watch a ship and it keeps going straight, right?
Okay.
Keep going straight and you don't see it anymore. But if you get a high-powered camera and look at it, people say that's the curvature. The boat passed the curvature, but let's see. You get a high-powered. There's videos. Get a high-powered camera. Zoom in. You can see the boat again.
I just want to say thank you, Enzo, for saying that. I hope Chewy's doing well over there. I'm going to be honest with you. I zoned out of everything you just said. Because there is no way in hell that the world is flat. I don't care what YouTube videos you've watched, what books you've read. The world is round.
Do you believe in the Bible?
The world is round.
Are you religious? Are you religious?
I don't talk religion on this channel, but I am not particularly religious. No.
Okay, I was gonna say because it says it in the Quran and it says it in the Bible. Search it up.
There's a lot of things it says in the Bible. And there's a lot of things that's a bunch of nonsense. And if the Bible says that the world is flat, well, they got to update the Bible.
And how come this astronaut in his gravestone talked about the firmament? It said something about the firmament. Firmament which is the dome above the sky. You cannot go to space. You don't know what's out there because most of the stuff is CGI.
I don't know, man. It sounds like you're wearing a tinfoil hat. But but there is no way. There is no way in hell that the world is flat. If they're teaching you that in school today, you better get a new teacher.
That's what I said, bro. I've been saying that, and then next thing you know, some guy told me, and then I just looked at it, and then bam, it just blew my mind. How this is life.
You never. I guess you never know. But is there?
I haven't said a lot of things for today, man, because we'll talk about more when Philly 500 gets in here. But
I'm sure Philly 500 would love this conversation.
It's crazy because they lie about you believe in the moon landing that was fake.
All right, I will say this about the moon landing. I'm not gonna say it was fake, but that one I could see as possible. Like that's a conspiracy theory that I'm like, okay, maybe.
Yes. Okay,
I'm not gonna go as far to say that it was fake. The world is not flat.
Okay, let's say they faked the moon landing, right? Why they probably, because if liars like them, they faked this moon landing 6 times. They would most likely, hold on, I forgot what I was gonna say, but they would most likely say, like, why would they tell us, like, they would probably lie about the shape of the Earth if they faked the moon landing 6 times.
You're losing me here. The world is not flat. So you're basically what you're telling me. In this hypothetical scenario, you're telling me if you were on a boat and you went to the edge of the Earth, you'd fall off, because that's what a flat Earth would be, right?
No. There's a map. I'm gonna show you a map, man. Search up right now on your computer, flat Earth map, and go to images. And
I very much doubt what you're saying, but at the very least, it was an interesting conversation.
Okay, but I'm just saying, Antarctica is around the whole world, and it's closing the water. Search out the ice wall. It's an ice wall. Philly 500 talked about it, but you probably didn't listen.
No, I know he talked about it. He was talking about conspiracies all night. But my God.
Don't forget to tell Philly 500 about me, man.
I will definitely tell you. Philly 500 is gonna love you. You could be his son.
Yeah, call me. I'm gonna change my name, Philly 500 son. I'm gonna make a new account right now, and you'll see him in the name, and make sure to make me a wrench with that new account.
All right, buddy. Thank you so much for calling in. Well, that was probably the most interesting call of the night. We talked about flat Earth. Wow. Wow. All right, next caller. You're on Live with the Entertainer. Thank you for calling in.
What's up, man? It's Nations again.
Nation, I love Nations. What's going on, buddy? Now, let me ask
All
you a
right,
question.
so-
Nations, you're young. You're about 13, right?
Yeah. No, we do not learn about the flat Earth in school.
Okay, very
If
good
that's what you
stuff.
were gonna ask.
I'm getting scared. And the education
'Cause
system.
that would not make any sense. Let's say you have a paper plate, right? You know how paper plates are pretty much flat, right?
Yes.
And you take a lamp and you shine a lamp on the paper plate. It's gonna cover the top of the paper plate, so time zones wouldn't really make sense in this case with the flat Earth.
I didn't even know that. Nations is the smartest 13-year-old kid on the planet Earth. But what's going on, my man?
That's actually all I wanted to say. I just wanted to say that really quickly, to be honest.
Nations wanted to disprove the flat Earth theory, and he just did. He just did. Break out the paper plates, and you'll know that the Earth is round. But I just want to thank you so much, Nations, for being a great subscriber. Thank you for calling in, and if nothing else to say, I'm going to say have a good night, buddy.
You too. Thank you.
All right. So there you go, Nations with the call of the night. Just to prove that all nonsense. Yes, Kyrie Irving did call the Earth flat. He's a lunatic. The sun goes around the Earth and the moon is on the other side, Luan says. Can we have a flat Earth show? I think people would prefer a call. Maybe we'll do that next time to make it fun, just to switch it up. Have a call-in show. Right now I can't have a guest on when I have the call-in, but maybe a call-in show. I don't want cursing. I don't want N-words. None of that bullshit. But where people can call in and talk about whatever. What's going on? You're on live. Thank you for calling in.
Alright, I want to apologize beforehand. It's Chris Senor again. After hearing whoever said that,
I didn't hang up on him. I would never hang up on Chris Senor. Something must have happened there with his phone. But, yeah. What did Nico say? Giants are trash. I'm not going to argue with that. They've won 8 games in the last 2 years. I can't argue with it. Yeah, Enzo, really smart kid there. Really smart kid. And what's going on? You're on live.
How you doing, White Chocolate?
White Chocolate, that's my name. Who is this?
The Honeymaker, baby.
The Honeymaker, Joe Lutz. What's going on, buddy? Everybody in the chat, break out the honeys. So what's up, my man?
What up?
Nothing much,
flat
man.
Earth stuff's pretty funny.
Oh, the flat Earth is hysterical. I mean, he sounds like a lunatic, but it's very entertaining. That's for sure. But what's going on, my
Too much
man?
of the honey.
What is that?
Just chilling.
Yeah,
You
just-
drank too much of the honey.
Yeah, I still got a little bit left. I got about, what do I got? I got, I don't know, what was that, about a quarter of a bottle? Drink about 3/4
That
of a
kid
bottle.
drank too much of the honey.
Oh, that kid drank a whole 10 bottles of that. My God.
But yeah, let's talk. I want to talk about the Giants again.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah,
I
for
saw-
sure.
Well, I have 2 things I want to talk about. I saw. Well, first, I'm a high believer that I don't think we might not take a quarterback this draft. To be honest.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be shocked at all if they don't take a quarterback. I think it could go either way for me. I'm gonna be, like I said, either way. I'm not gonna be shocked. The Giants have so many holes that they might elect to say there's a better quarterback class in the following draft. Let's go defense. Let's go offensive line in this draft. I wouldn't be shocked either way.
If we do, I think we're gonna go Daniel Jones if he slips to the second, and then if we don't get one with our pick in the first round, if a pass rusher like Devin White's not there, I think we're gonna trade back because I don't think we're gonna get an offensive tackle in the first or second round because I think we're gonna get Darrell Williams, which I'd be perfectly happy with. So.
Yeah, Darrell Williams would be a good. That's who I want in free agency because they don't have a lot of money to spend, and I don't love a tackle at that 6 spot. So I think he makes perfect sense. He's not going to be a fortune, and he's going to fill arguably our biggest need at the right tackle spot.
Yeah, that should be our biggest need in the offseason, like free agency, I think.
Yeah, no doubt in my mind. That's what they need to do. They need to address that right tackle spot. I think in free agency, because I don't think there's a good enough one to take with the 6th pick. There's too many talented defensive players. So of the money that they're gonna have, I think the majority of it will be spent on that position.
Yeah, I agree. And that brings me to my next point. A lot of people are saying Reisner in the 2nd round. The reason why I say no on that is because I think we're gonna get Daryl Williams. If not, then yeah, I would love Reisner in the 2nd round if he's there. But
I love Reisner. I think Reisner, he's not going to be in the 2nd round. I think he's going to move up draft charts. He had a great Senior Bowl. But everything I've read about Reisner, I love him. I think he'd be a perfect New York Giant. I think he's exactly what Gettleman's looking for. I just think we're picking too early to get him. Unless we trade down.
If he for some reason did slip to the 2nd round and we did sign Daryl Williams, you wouldn't sign him, though, would you? Just for he wouldn't start over him. I wouldn't think.
No, he wouldn't start over him. But no, you could. Yeah, you're right. Good point. If we sign Daryl Williams, yeah, you could draft a guard, but you can't take him there. You're right. Good point. If we sign Daryl Williams, because we're spending so much money on both tackle spots, you're right.
Yeah, I mean, if we do get Daryl Williams and we decide not to get a quarterback in the 1st round, or just in general this draft, I wouldn't mind taking the first 4 or 5 rounds all defense, pass rushers and corners, linebackers, whatever.
Yeah, well, I think they could still use depth at the offensive line, because I'm still not sold on a Jalapeno as in every I don't know if Jalapeno is going to be the answer for a full season at center. I don't know that Jamon Brown is going to be the full for a full season at guard. As good as the offensive line, well, I shouldn't even say good, as the offensive line played better when he came in. A lot of people still say he did not play well individually, so I'm not sold on him for a full season either. So if they could find a guy in the 3rd, 4th round to address at the interior line spot, I wouldn't be upset with that at all. I still think they will spend some of those picks on the offensive line.
Yeah, that's true. I think if you put a better right tackle next to him though, like a Brown, or if you do get Reisner, I think it'd help him play better too, or just make him look better.
Yeah,
I don't like Wheeler at all.
I'm not a big Wheeler guy either myself. I'm not. I'm really not. But we'll see, man. We'll see. Anything else, buddy?
No, I just wanted to talk about that. I know you got callers.
Yeah, no, I just want to say Joe Lutz is the man. Definitely one of my best subs. Thank you so much for calling in. He always supports my channel. He wants me to move to Florida. I might be. We'll see. But thank you so much, Joe Lutz. Thank you so much for calling in, Joe. Thank you so much for calling.
All right, brother. Have a good one.
All right, buddy. Let's see what we got here. Stuck in the 80s. Go on over there and sub him up. He's going to be... I think... Alright. You've been calling a lot.
I know.
I gotta let other people call in, but let me just change. I feel like my camera's lagging, so I'm gonna change it. At least from what I see on my end, so I'm gonna change it.
I'm gonna say one more thing. How is it if there's a curvature? This is what I'm gonna say. I don't think the Earth is round. Okay, because we don't know the Earth. I don't know what the Earth actually is, because NASA is just a bunch of lies. But let me tell you. There's a video, and there's multiple videos of people taking cameras with a big balloon, right? Putting it all the way up, 120,000 feet in the sky, and there's no curvature at all. Explain that. Someone explain that right now in the chat.
I don't need to. The Earth's round.
Okay, man. I'm not trying to think about.
What?
I'm not trying to make you believe, because that's people's opinion. That No,
I think it's funny. It's entertaining to talk about, but there's no way you're ever going to convince me.
Trust me, you'd be convinced if you just. I'm gonna send you a couple videos, and you'd be convinced. Like, I can answer anyone's question right now.
By the way, Kyle, I'm gonna let you call in next. Just give me the first three.
Just give me my last call in. For the day, I'm sorry I called so much, but then.
All right, buddy. Yeah. I'm gonna let you go, man. But no, I'll probably do a stream where we talk about stupid stuff. But I'm gonna let Kyle just tell me the first 3 digits, your area code. That's it, and that way I know. I hope this is Kyle. I had a call that just called in. Is this Kyle? Hello? Hello. Hello, hello, hello. 3, 2, 1. You're gone. Yeah, Kyle, if you still want to call in, give me the first 3 digits of your area code, and I will hold people up until you call in. Get him out of here. Yeah, somebody in the chat named Kyle just told me he tried calling in. Kyle Petrano. I don't know if this is him, but hopefully it is. What's going on? You're on live.
Hey, it's Kyle. I got a quick question scenario for you.
Yeah, what's up?
I was listening to Colin Coward earlier today, and they were rumoring the possibility of Rosen actually going traded for the Patriots in some crazy way, then Murray to Arizona. What do you think of the actual thoughts of that happening?
Okay, let me wrap my head around this. So the hypothetical scenario was Murray
Rosen to the Patriots.
Okay, and what do the Patriots give up to acquire him?
They were saying a second and a fifth.
No chance in hell. Why the hell would the Cardinals ever give up a guy that they just took with the 10th overall selection for the last pick in the second round and a 5th round selection? No way.
Yeah, and my other question was, I'm a big believer we need to rebuild the O-line if we ever want to be competitive in the next 5 years. So what do you think of the possibility of the Giants selecting, trading a little bit back, taking an O-lineman, and then with those trade back picks, we trade back in to either take one of the lower-rated quarterbacks like Jones or Locke?
So you're saying with the 6th pick, you take a Jonah Williams or whoever they deem the best available offensive lineman, and
no, I'm saying I would say trade back if we could.
Oh, so
we could
okay, I get what you're saying. So you're saying
and then take those picks and trade back up.
So you're saying 2 trade scenarios. You're saying trade down from 6 to say 13 because that's a team that needs a quarterback. The Dolphins take a Reisner or whatever the best offensive lineman there, and then say you probably get a 2nd round pick with that trade. Then using that 2nd round pick and your 2nd round pick to then move back into the late 1st round to get Daniel Jones or a quarterback.
Correct.
It's not a horrible idea. I don't know. I'd just stay put in that scenario. I wouldn't. I don't mind the trade down scenario and getting the offensive lineman if you don't acquire one in free agency. But at that point, I'm then not going to trade up. I'll hope a Daniel Jones falls in my lap, and if he doesn't, I'll take one in the following draft.
All right, man. Thanks so much for taking my call.
You got it, man. Thank you so much for the call. Exactly. No one's answering my question. Get out of here. What's your question, Lon? What's your question? I want the Giants to get Devin White if Rashawn Gary. I'd be happy with Devin White. I'd be thrilled with Devin White. I like Rashawn Gary, though. A lot of upside. He could play both spots. He could play the D tackle, the D end. He was the number 1 rated player coming out of high school in 2016. So, a lot of ability. I could see Gary moving up a lot on draft boards going into the draft after the combine when people see his athletic ability, all that. Yeah, Chris, I'm probably going to wind this down soon because it doesn't seem like a lot of people calling in tonight. I will take your call if you want to call in. No, yeah, because you got hung up on by accident before. Are boobies round, Nikos? It depends. It depends on the woman. They're all different. Yeah, I think he will, Jack. That's why I think he could move up draft charts. I don't even know what Words with Friends is, Kendra. But, yeah, Chris, you can call in if you want. Is booty flat? Again, depends on the woman. Depends on the man, too, I guess. I see Rudy Teleford just popped into the chat. Love Rudy. What's going on? Big, very knowledgeable Giants fan. What's going on? You're on live with the this number looks familiar. But what's up?
That's because it is stuck in the round boobies.
Stuck in the 80s. We'll be on the channel tomorrow. So I'm really looking forward to that. Be sure to check out his channel. I will have his link in the description tomorrow night when he comes on the channel. So be sure to check out his channel. What's up, man?
I heard the round booby thing. I was like, all right, I got to call in now. So sorry I'm so late to the show. My iPhone died. So I'm using my old iPhone 4, which means no current YouTube, no chat, no notifications, nothing. So unless I'm on my computer, I don't know when anybody's streaming right now, and it sucks.
Oh wow! So you have two cell phones. You have two iPhones.
Yeah, I had a newer one, and sort of new iPhone SE, which was like the 6, but a little smaller. That completely died today, so I turned on my old iPhone 4, which of course still works because it's old and old stuff apparently works forever. And so yeah, I'm using very old technology for the time being.
Oh no, that's cool, man. My phone sucks too. But what's up, man? What do you want to talk about?
All right, topic that popped in my head to chat about. Who is your opinion, because you have, I think, a lot more knowledge when it comes to college play. I know you have more knowledge than I do when it comes to college players, and the NFL, probably in other sports as well. But who do you think are some of the biggest busts in sports history? Not just the NFL, but the NBA, MLB.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know the NHL.
I'm gonna answer that question in a second. I just want to say hello to Philly 500. Tell us about Turtle Love, he says. What's going on, Philly 500? Everybody, do me a favor if you have not done so. Go over there and sub him up. Great YouTuber was on the channel last night. Love working with him. And he's coming out with a new song for me, so I'm really looking forward to that. But the biggest busts in the history of sports, okay, since I've been watching, because I can't tell you, I've been watching sports since about 1990. So 1991, 1992. So since I've been watching, I'll go by sport. Basketball, you've got Michael Olowokandi was a huge bust, number 1 overall pick. Greg Oden, because of injury, was a huge bust. Number 1 overall pick. They took him ahead of Kevin Durant. I'm trying to think off the top of my head in the NBA. There's tons of number 1 overall. Kwame Brown, huge bust. Adam Morrison was a terrific collegiate player. Michael Jordan took him with the 3rd overall pick. Complete bust. Those are just guys off the top of my head. There's definitely more. The first 4 that come to them. Oh, Darko Milicic is another one. The Detroit Pistons took Darko Milicic over Carmelo Anthony and Dwayne Wade in the 2004 draft. So those are just some off the top of my head since I've been watching in basketball. In football, there's tons. I mean, you go down the list at the quarterback position. Ryan Leaf, Tim Couch, Carr, Jamarcus Russell. I mean, that's just off the top, man. There's tons, though. Kajana Carter was the 1st overall pick, a running back out of Penn State. I think he was like 95. Huge bust. Tons of them. But, and then in baseball, I'm trying to think of the biggest bust in baseball since I've been watching. I know I'm forgetting a bunch. I mean, Hideki Irabu for the Yankees, they spent a ton of money on him. He was supposed to be this great Japanese pitcher. He was a huge bust. I'm sure there's tons. I just can't think of them off the top of my head. But those are some off the top of my head.
You nailed all the NBA and NFL ones I was thinking of. And MLB, I could not think of anybody, but I do remember that guy getting a ton of money and not working out. And I got to say it. I got to do it because the Philly 500 is here. But it's a modification, a modded version. Philly is a dirty because he knows the Eagles stink.
Very well done. What a beautiful rendition of the Eagles stink song. I think that's a new hit to be on Philly 500's channel.
Hey, if you want to use it, by all means, man, go for it.
Anything else, buddy?
I got nothing. It was kind of a impromptu call because, like I said, I missed that you were on. I thought you were on at 9:45 because you're usually on at 9:45 all the other nights, but you're off on Mondays, so you would be on earlier. So, oops, my bad, brother.
No, are you kidding me? I appreciate you calling in, man. I appreciate you even tuning in at all.
I'm glad you're still subbed to my channel because I thought after I did the risky business review and didn't give it like a 10, you were going to peace out. So, like, well, I got to be honest with them, so I'm putting it up.
No, are you kidding me? I understand your review. I just love Tom Cruise, and I know, as I said in my comment, Tom Cruise is either the type of actor. Philly 500's son is in the chat. Thank you so much for tuning in. As I said earlier, I equate Tom Cruise. I know I'm getting a prank call from unknown caller. You can keep calling all day. I'm not going to answer the phone. But keep calling. But what was I going to say? Oh yeah, Tom Cruise is like the New York Yankees. You either love him or you hate him, and you hate him or you don't like him. So I understand the review.
I do like him in certain roles. I don't like him in the pretty boy type role that he was in Risky Business, but for some reason, I love him in Interview with the Vampire as Lestat, just because he's got the pretty voice thing going, but he's really dark and mysterious. I like him in A Few Good Men. I liked Edge of Tomorrow, which a lot of people didn't. So go and Jack Reacher. So I don't know.
Edge of Tomorrow was phenomenal. That was like Groundhog's Day on steroids.
Oh, mega steroids, yes.
Yeah,
loved it.
Yeah, I love that movie. That's one of my favorite Tom Cruise movies. One of my all-time favorites. But Last Samurai, I loved. I mean, I go down the list. What was the one with Jamie Foxx where he's in the cab?
Got nothing.
Oh, Collateral.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
Loved it. One of my all-time favorite movies, actually. Love it.
I'll have to check it out.
And Minority Report, another one I love.
Yep, that's a good one. Yeah, I forgot that one. Of course, all the Mission Impossibles.
Yeah.
Got to say to the chat, Chris has been saying it tonight. I will be on tomorrow night at 9:45, 9:50. I forget which time you go live on Tuesdays.
Tomorrow it'll be at 9:45. We'll be on for about an hour. Gonna have Stuck in the 80s on. We're gonna talk about why he started YouTube. You know, ask him the basic questions: why he started YouTube, what your channel's about. We'll definitely be getting into some Giants talk because he's a Giants fan, and it should be a lot of fun.
And I appreciate that, man, because I am a small channel right now, so believe me, it is extremely appreciated. But most of all, I'm just looking forward to chatting with you, man. You're a cool dude, and I think we'll have some fun tomorrow night. So be sure to tune in tomorrow night, guys.
You got it, buddy. Thank you so much for the call.
All right, brother. Take care.
Have a good one. Unknown call. You call all day. I'm not picking up your phone. I know it's a prank call. I'm not stupid. I'm not picking up your call. Oblivion was pretty good, Philly 500. Oblivion was pretty good. I'm pretty sure this is the kid who called in 5 times.
NASA still stinks.
All right, I gotta let you go, man. I can't have you calling in 6 times during the show. But thank you for calling in, buddy. I'm back. What did I miss? Bavith, you missed. We talked about the flat Earth. And Philly missed that. I'm not gonna answer this guy's call. I'm not stupid. I know what he's gonna do. He's gonna come on here. He's gonna try to rattle me, say a curse. I'm not gonna answer it. You keep calling in, you moron. Matter of fact, I'm not even gonna deal with this anymore. I'll see if he calls in again, but if he does, I'll just put it in contacts only. Yeah. We're gonna put it in contacts only, and we're gonna close out the show. All right. So now he can't call anymore. That's the problem. It's an unknown number, Bavith. I can't. It's an unknown number, so I can't even block it. So now I just made its only contacts can call in, so he can't call in anymore. I appreciate that. Stuck in the 80s. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. I saw Delano popped in. I appreciate you for popping in. Turtle sex. Yes, we love the turtle sex. Love the turtle sex, nations. You know that. Yeah. No, enough with the turtle sex. Enough with the turtle sex. But thank you guys so much for being a part of the show tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe, ring the bell. Thank you guys for stopping by. I appreciate everybody who called in. I'm closing it out. Cushman. I'm closing it out, Diehard. Nico, you guys have a great night. I hope you're enjoying your vacation over there, Cushman. Have a great night, guys.